but we had 12 penalties for 100 yards. We got to clean those little mental mistakes up and make sure we got great effort. You know, if we got an effort penalty, a holding here, maybe a block in the back, those types of things we can deal with if they're effort things and try and coach technique after that. But the stupid stuff, offsides, the extra stuff after the snap, which we didn't have any last week, but we're always trying to avoid those dumb penalties, and that's something we got to work on.
All right, same question defensively. What'd you like last week? What do you want to improve on?
Yeah, I played a lot of guys last week, and some guys really showed up. Some young guys that we didn't expect to play played well, so they're going to continue to see more and more reps. I'd like to see our defense do a little bit better job of stopping them on third down and getting rid of those big plays that they had last week. So our guys are fired up and had a good week of practice, like I said.
All right, what do you know about the USA Revolution? Is this going to be a game where Charlie comes out of the locker room and starts playing again at halftime or something?
Charlie's haunting me. Even my older brother, I'm always in his shadow. I'm never going to leave. Question pregame about my brother. No. This is a great opportunity for these guys. I'm sure they're super excited. Another chance to play football. You know, these football junkies just want to come out and have a good time and hustle and work. And so I tip my hat to them, but we're ready for them.
All right, and Jalen Warren's dad drove down on the bus with him. What's that all about?
I didn't know that. I'm going to have to talk to him after the game.
All right. Tell us about the status of your running back, Darren Natora. Of course, last year, a great running back, suffered an injury in practice.
Yeah, you know, we're doing this drill we do every day, our turbo tempo going pretty fast, and we just got rolled up on just kind of a funny little injury. You know, O-lineman got tripped up, fell down, made another guy fall, and he got a fracture in his foot. He had surgery last Friday. It's a 4 to 6 week injury, so we'll see if he can come back from it. If not, he still has a red shirt, so we've got some options for him.
All right, Coach, narrow down to 3 keys for victory for the Badgers against the Revolution.
Yeah, really want to see us improve. That's the big thing. We're on an upward trend throughout the season and want to peak for a national championship. That's our goal, and so we want to make sure that we're continuing to work hard. That's one. Execute at a high level, minimizing mistakes, and take care of the football and take the football from them. So I give you more than 3.
That's okay, Coach. We love it. Hey, we appreciate your time. I want to wish you the best of luck.
Thanks.
All right, head coach Paul Peters of the Snow College Badgers. We sure appreciate him. And we're about ready for the kickoff of this football game as the Badgers have done their traditional haka, and they are ready to go on the field. And, of course, the Badgers scored 56 points last week against the Trinity Valley, Texas team, which is ranked 7th in the country, and that comes out of that Power Texas League, of course, in Texas, Red, and that's pretty impressive.
Well, you got to think of Tyler Junior College, Kilgore Junior College, Trinity Valley. Those 3 teams, they're in East Texas State JC. They're in Commerce, Texas. Those junior colleges are a Big 12 stash and carry area, where so teams like Baylor and the University of Texas, Oklahoma, they use those for academic non-qualifiers, and so they're going to be good football. Snow did good to get that win.
There's the kickoff coming from the south end zone by the Badgers. High end over end kick going to be fielded by Tavea Ahang. He goes to the left side, gets to the 20-yard line, right along the far numbers, and gets about to the 25 before he's tackled there by the Snow Badger defense. Great job coming in for the hit for Snow College was number 24, Weston Barlow, the 5'8", 176-pound sophomore from Queen Creek, Arizona.
Queen Creek down in the Valley of the Sun, prep powerhouse down there.
So the Badgers on defense to start things off. Of course, Isaac Fotu at defensive end, Sione Asi defensive tackle, Matthew Gotel at nose, and Parker Workman at other defensive end over there. So they are ready to go. The Revolution will have starting a quarterback. It'll be Otteson, I believe. Daniel Otteson out of Springfield, Utah. He's in the gun with a back on either side from his 24-yard line, 1st and 10. Fires one out, screen past the left side, and dropping it was his running back on that far side, and then he's met quickly and hit. But incomplete pass, and the Revolution have these kind of numbers that kind of shine. They're kind of like chrome numbers, and they're very hard to see. As long as the sun's up, I wonder how they're going to do under the lights.
Well, I hope they reflect a little lighter. We're going to be having to use the binoculars to figure out who's who.
So the Badgers have them 2nd down and 10. They do officially mark it at the 25-yard line. 14:49 left in the first quarter. Badgers, of course, no score in this one. Shotgun formation now for Otteson, the quarterback for the Revolution. A back on either side, 2 wide receivers far side, 1 on the near side, going from left to right on your radio dial and TV screen. Back to pass Otteson, scrambles out of the pocket, he's to the 25-yard line, hit and taken down at the 26-yard line by the Badger defense. Getting over there and making the tackle for the Badgers was number 27. That is Trace Tupe, the 5'11", 201-pound sophomore, actually freshman from Roy, Utah.
Roy Royal. Roy's had high school's had a kind of a resurgence in football, and I'm sure that Trace Tupe was part of that. Shows you how fast the linebacking core of Snow was. It looked like Otteson had a little bit of running room, but boy, it sure closed fast as those linebackers recovered.
Isaiah Williams from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, a wide receiver to the far side. Slot right, Otteson again in the gun with a back on either side. He's ready to go on this 3rd down and 8. Takes the snap, hands it off to his running back, cuts up the middle, has a bit of a hold to the 30-yard line, along the far hash to the 32 before he's brought down by that Snow defense. Good job defensively by the Badgers. Coming in for the hit, I believe, is number 17 for the Badgers. That is T.J. Kautai, the 6'1", 225-pound freshman from Euless, Texas.
Trinity High School there in Euless, Metroplex there, Dallas-Fort Worth, absolute powerhouse, Euless Trinity High School.
So now the Revolution forced a punt with 13:27 left in the first quarter. Back to punt it away. Here's the snap. The kick is on the way, almost blocked. Does get it away. Leon Morgan, fair catch back at the 29-yard line along the far sideline, right near the 30, and that's where the Badger offense will start off. And the Badger offense will be led by Braxton Kerr, the 6'2", 220-pound redshirt freshman from West Jordan, Utah. Jalen Warren at running back, Michael Coleman at right tackle, Joshua Soifua, the right guard, Joseph Nelson, the center, Nicholas Cobley, the left guard, Spencer Stakira, the left tackle, Chase Hess, the tight end, Derek Wright, and Jalen Powell, wide receivers, and Kevin Wright is the Y, or the Z actually. So 13:15 left on the far hash. The Badgers 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line. Badgers Kerr is in the shotgun with the back to his right. Jalen Warren gets the handoff at the middle. He is met and stopped cold. Wow. Big hit there by the defense. And I tell you what, looks like number 8 made the tackle. That was Tavea Ahong from West Valley City, Utah. The linebacker came up and laid the lick on Jalen Warren.
Solid tackle, just barely past the line of scrimmage for about a half a yard.
So ready to go, the Snow Badgers in the gun. Braxton Kerr takes the snap, looking to the left side, firing on the slant. Caught by Derek Wright at the 41-yard line. A Badger first down as he's brought down by the defensive back. And again, we're going to have trouble all night long with those numbers that just shine like chrome. Alfonso Thompson with the tackle.
Very good patience there by Kerr, waiting for Wright to enter that passing lane.
Here's the handoff to Warren. Warren goes to the right side across the 50 along the far hash, crosses the big, huge S at center field, so to speak, and then gets into the Revolution territory at the 48-yard line. Nice run on first down of 9 yards.
Yeah, just kind of a zone read, inside zone, let the lineman come off the ball with some aggression.
No huddle offense for the Badgers. They're at the 48 of the Revolution. 2nd down and 1. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Kerr back to throw, steps up, fires along the far sideline, and it's going to go through the hands, incomplete at the 39-yard line of the Revolution. That pass was intended on that far side for his wide receiver. I believe that was number 85 for the Badgers. That was Kevin Wright, the 6', 180-pound redshirt freshman.
3rd and 1 here for the Badgers.
Pistol formation. Running back behind him. There's the handoff to that running back up the middle. He is met. He is stopped cold at the line. He may have gotten the first down, though, as they surge forward.
They had a forward lane, but the contact was right at the line of scrimmage, but he was able to, had that forward lane, and that got him across the line of scrimmage for a Badger first down.
Jalen Warren, the 5'8", 222-pound sophomore from Salt Lake City, gets the first down. Here's the snap on 1st and 10. Play action. Back to pass. Kerr, lots of time. Throws across the middle. It's going to be caught along the near hash marks of the 28-yard line, and then tackled there on a beautiful catch by number 88, Xavier Kufor, the 6', 203-pound freshman from Atlanta, Georgia.
Kudos to the offensive line. Snow's offensive line gave Kerr plenty of time. That was a long developing crossing route.
Pistol formation, handoff goes to Warren up the middle, squirts to the outside, he's to the 20-yard line, and then breaks a tackle to the 10-yard line, down the sideline, touchdown, Snow College. No flags on the play. Jalen Warren gets in on a beautiful 29-yard touchdown run.
It was blocked well. It was inside zone, and the line just came off and walled everybody down, and Warren took care of the rest. And you get him out there in space, one-on-one with a defensive back, and he's going to win that battle most of the time.
So Jalen Warren gets in on the touchdown run of 29 yards. 6-0 Snow leads. In for the extra point for the Badgers is going to be number 45, James Baird. Baird hit a 46-yard field goal last week in Texas. Here's the snap. The hold by Kerr is down. The kick squirts to the outside and is no good. 6-0. The Snow College Badgers lead the USA Revolution here in Ephraim, Utah. We'll take a break on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
What's the best way I can
And welcome back once again on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10. Mike Trainer, Red Jackson with you. Doug Johnson on stats. The Badgers put together a nice little drive of 71 yards for the touchdown, capped off by a 29-yard touchdown run by Jalen Warren. Warren had an 80-yard scamper last week in Texas to give the Badgers that extended lead they needed late in the game for the victory.
You can just tell he runs with high knees, protects the football, just has an explosive first step. And like I say, you get him at the second or third level, and he's just going to be hard for one defender to bring down.
Here's the kickoff by Baird, a short end-over-end kick, going to be fielded and dropped. Fumble on the play, loose ball, Badgers dive for it. Badgers may have the football. Badgers signaling they have it. The officials come in to sort things out as we have a pile of players. There it is, Snow College football.
Like Riley Smith came out of the pile with it.
Riley Smith, a 6', 222-pound sophomore from Highland, Utah, played at American Fork High School. Boy, you'd expect a caveman underneath there to come up with it, right?
Hey, when you get into a scrum, put your money on a caveman.
So the Badgers get a turnover on the kickoff. That short kick by Baird really kind of fooled the up back. He really didn't watch it into his hands and kind of fumbled it away.
Well, his primary purpose is to be a blocker, not necessarily a receiver. And that short, high end-over-end kick ate him up.
Badgers elected to kick off. They forced the Revolution to 3 and out, got the punt back, and drove 71 yards for the touchdown. They lead 6-0 after the missed extra point. Now Kerr takes the high snap, drops back to pass on the play action, throws to the far sideline, wide open at the 19-yard line, caught along the sideline, and then tackled at about the 15-yard line is the Badger receiver. And again, that was number 88 for the Xavier Kufor.
Well, Kerr just dusted off what I would say a Sunday quarterback arm. He went, they call it the NFL route, when you have it on the near hash and you throw it all the way across the field on the deep comeback, and he did it miraculously.
Here's the snap. There's the run to the left side, and the pass goes out of bounds from Braxton Kerr. The no-huddle offense continues.
Yeah, I was just going to say that time Kerr had Nick Tipton, a linebacker from Midland, Texas, bearing down on him, and I think that caused the pass to kind of be errant. But as I was going to say, the NFL route is the first route when you go to the combine. They put the kids on the hash and make them throw a deep comeback all the way across the field, and Kerr did that beautifully.
2nd and 10 for the 15. Handoff goes up the middle to Jalen Warren, and Warren goes into a whole host of players right there and picks up just a couple yards. Revolution, for the most part, have really bottled up the run on the inside.
They have at times. Now we have to acknowledge that they're blitzing at least one linebacker every time, trying to. So they're trying to give that defensive line some help against this athletic offensive line of the Badgers. But it's a big third down here for the Revolution. It's 3rd and a long 8.
3rd and 8 for the Badgers at the Revolution 13-yard line. Kerr back to throw, throws all across the right side, caught there into the 5-yard line. 1st and goal for Snow College. The reception made by Xavier Kufor, the 6', 203-pound freshman from Atlanta, Georgia.
The thing I like about that is that it was 3rd and 8, and he ran a 9-yard hitch. You know, he didn't leave it short. He went right past the stick And Kerr put it on the money for a 1st and goal.
So Kerr is in the pistol formation with a back to his right, back to throw, looking to the left, firing to the goal line. Touchdown! Caught there by Jalen Powell. And Powell scoots into the end zone for the score. It's still 12, USA Revolution nothing.
I think it's going to be an orange avalanche. It's already starting, Mike.
The Badgers will go for 2 here as they miss the extra point. As Paul Peterson says, stay back out there. Of course, his offensive coordinator is Andrew Mitchell saying, stay on, let's run a play. 10-12 left here in the first quarter of play, and already the Revolution are down 12-0.
Now this Braxton Kerr, quarterbacking for Snow. He's big, he's strong, he stands tall, gets up on his tippy toes, and he can really drill it when he needs to.
2-point conversion try, hand off to Jalen Warren. Warren goes up the middle and bottled up nicely by the Revolution. The Badgers do not get in. Fantastic play that time by the Revolution. I believe getting in there was big number, I can't get his number, I think it's 34. That is Nick Tipton. You mentioned his name before, the Midland, Texas linebacker.
Nothing like getting smacked in the mouth by a West Texas kid.
Well, right now the Badgers lead this football game 12-0 with 10-12 left in the first quarter. We're going to send it back to the studios for a timeout, and we'll be back right after this on Centricom Channel 10 of the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
AHC, Centricom, Barkley Mechanical, Risk Managers, Jorgensen Chevrolet, Neighbor Split, and Custom Electric.
Got off to a good start. Such a fast start. All kinds of stuff. I mean, goodness gracious.
We're back once again on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10. Mike Trainer, Red Jackson with you. The Badgers with 2 touchdown passes already in this football game. A fantastic job for the Badgers. Actually, 1 touchdown pass and a touchdown run. Jalen Warren rumbled 29 yards for a score, and then that pass went to Jalen Powell, who had a 66-yard touchdown reception last week against Trinity Valley, Texas. So the Badgers, 2 offensive possessions and 2 touchdowns. One was created by a turnover on the kickoff. Here's the Baird kickoff, a high end over end kick, going to bounce at the 14-yard line, going to be picked up on the bounce there to the 20-yard line and quickly chopped down on a great hit by one of the Snow College Badgers, and I believe that was number 32 for the Badgers, Ma'a Hall, the 5'9", 157-pound freshman from Pukalani, Hawaii.
Well, and Riley Smith was just the bombardier on that one, went down and blew up the first blocker and allowed Hall to come down and clean it up. Or, excuse me, was it Ma'a Hall that made the tackle?
I believe it was 32.
Yeah, Ma'a Hall.
So 1st and 10 for the USA Revolution. Addison at quarterback with a back on either side. 2 wide receivers to the right on the short side, and 1 on the left. Going from left to right on your TV screen, radio dial. There's the snap. Handoff goes to the running back out of the backfield. He is caught from behind and yanked down by the Badger defense. Great job, nice bear hug stop there by Matthew Gotel, who got in there for the big hit. Matthew is a 6'3", 290-pound sophomore from Tacoma, Washington.
He played that defensive end position really, really well. You're not going to be able to get wide. If you're the Revolution, you're not going to be able to get wide against this fast Snow College defense.
2nd down and 11 for the Revolution at their 25-yard line. 2nd and 11 with 9:38 left in the first. Badgers 12, Revolution nothing. In the gun, Addison, 2 wide receivers left, 1 on the right. He's going to hand it off again up the middle. This time, a little bit of a hold to the 30-yard line, and the tackle made by one of the Snow Badger linebackers coming up and making the play. And fantastic job that time. That was number 27 for the Badgers, and that's Trace Tupe, the 5'11", 201-pound freshman from Roy, Utah.
So that time they went right up the middle and picked up 4 yards, about 5 yards, because they lost yardage on the first play. Brings up 3rd and 6.
Badger defense set to go, trying to get him a 3 and out again. Addison in the gun, this time with 1 back to the left. 4 wide receivers, 2 to each side. Takes the low snap, it bounces, picked up by the running back, and he tries to get some yardage. A broken play, the ball pops out. Badgers dive for it, but I believe, well, let's see, the Badgers say they have it. We'll see what the officials say. It looks like it's going to be a snowball. 2 turnovers that have been costly for the Revolution.
So they're getting great field position by forcing these turnovers. And Snow College in great shape inside the Revolution 30 at what about the 29-yard line.
Of the Revolution.
So the Badgers in business again with Braxton Kerr, the freshman quarterback, coming out with his offensive line. Out to the right side is going to be Kevin Wright. Derek Wright, no relation, comes out wide to the left side. Slot right with 2 wide receivers. Braxton Kerr in the go with a back to his right. 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line of USA Revolution. There's the snap. Handoff, hands it off to the back, comes to the near side to the 25-20, down the sideline to the 20-yard line, tripped up inside the 5 as he dives forward and gets close
Brandon
to the goal line.
Nice run by Brandon.
Ellis, a 5'10", 175-pound freshman from Arlington, Texas. A lot of Texans on this Badger squad. Was that the
Texas connection? Arlington in that Metroplex sits almost right evenly spaced between Fort Worth and Dallas.
1st and goal. Handoff goes again to Ellis. He goes up the middle and barrels his way to the 1-yard line before he's stopped on the play by the Revolution. And that'll be 2nd and goal from the 1-yard line. 8:17 left in the 3rd. 12-0 Badgers on top, looking to add to that here.
And James Littlejohn the 3rd.
4th-ranked Badgers. Kerr in the pistol, hands it off again to Ellis. He goes up the middle. He is met, and he is stopped by that Revolution defense. Boy, they were tough in there. A couple of big guys for the Revolution that are in there.
It looked like number 8, Tavia Hong, came blitzing off of his outside linebacker and kind of blew the play up, and then a whole host of defensive linemen finished it off.
James Littlejohn III out of Charlotte, North Carolina was in there at the bottom, that big guy. So it's 3rd and goal for the Badgers at the 1-yard line. Kerr in the pistol again. Hands it off again, going to the left side. It has some space and gets hit and stopped again. Ran into a brick wall. What a hit by the Revolution defensive back.
Yeah.
And he stopped him cold. It'll be 4th and goal, and he's a little slow to get up, too, after that big hit.
God, he played that squat corner very well.
No, it's not number 2. That's the quarterback, Daniel Addison. Revolution may have knocked the wind out of him.
Yeah, that was quite a collision.
It's number 22, Ced Bridges, the linebacker from Richmond, Virginia, played at Shenandoah University. Boy, he really prevented a touchdown. That was a huge major league hit.
Yeah, he fought through the block of the wide receiver and then lowered the shoulder and hit Ellis right in the knees and stopped his forward progress. So a big 4th down at the 1.
And the Badgers may go for it here. Yes, Kerr comes out, but he is the holder too. But it looks like he has the running back Ellis out there again. And maybe Andrew Mitchell just challenged his offensive line, saying, hey, you guys get him into the end zone here. Pistol formation. 2 wide receivers right, 1 to the left. Going from right to left, there's the handoff to Ellis up the middle. Touchdown as he gets across the plane.
Wow. Not by much, but just enough of a crease.
Well, the offensive line got that push that Andrew Mitchell challenged him, of course. And they get the score going up 18-0 with 7:05 left in the 1st quarter. The 4th-ranked Badgers will go for 2 again. Usually they say don't go for 2 until the 4th quarter, but this is a practice game, and I guess they're working on things. There's the snap to Kerr. Play action, rolls to his right, looking. He's going to fire to the end zone. Back corner, caught in the back far corner of the end zone. Actually 2-point conversion. Almost a touchdown there, and I believe that was caught by number 13 for the Badgers, Jaden Cutler, the 6'3", 190-pound redshirt freshman from Harriman, Utah.
The Harriman Mustang was on his horse and beat the DB to the pylon. Nice throw from Kerr.
20-0. Badgers on top. We'll take a break here on Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and CenterCom Channel 10. We'll be right back. He's all right. He's got some severe diaper rash. We took him back up to the emergency room at primaries today. He was in such pain, so he thought it was something else, but luckily it's not. So, thanks. Sorry I didn't make it to your son's wedding. We were at Primary Children's, so. And we're back once again here in E from Utah. Mike Trainer, Red Jackson, and Doug Johnson. Let's take a quick stat check brought to you by Mountain America Credit Union, Red.
Well, right now, Snow has 7 first downs. The Revolution have no first downs. The Revolutions ran the ball for a paltry 11 yards on 5 attempts. Snow College averaging 7.2 yards a carry. 10 carries for 72 yards, passing yards 57. So right now the stats are all in Snow's favor. 17 plays for 129 yards. The Revolution 6 plays for 11.
Here's the kickoff on the way by Baird. Baird, a high end over end kick. Going to bounce at the 25-yard line, and it's going to be fielded there at the 22. And it looked like he had his knee down when he picked it up, and he did, because they blow it dead. And it'll be back at the 25 or 23-yard line. And I think the Badgers, there's a new rule in college football now. If you fair catch the ball inside your 25-yard line, anywhere inside your 25-yard line, 5, 10, it comes out to the 25-yard line. So the Badgers may be just trying to kick it short so they get some play here.
And another little rule, and it happened in the Wyoming-Washington State game, is if the person who signals fair catch doesn't make the catch, then the ball is placed where the catch happens. So if an up guy waves fair catch, but the back guy catches it, then the ball's dead right where that ball was caught. So kind of an interesting new rule set.
So 1st and 10 for the USA Revolution, trailing 20-0 to the Badgers of Snow College with 7:03 left in the first quarter. There's the snap to Otteson. Throws to the far side and right in the flats. That's incomplete at the 26-yard line, and he got hit right after he threw.
He got knocked down rudely, and it looked like that number 17. So T.J. Katai with a smack.
Incomplete.
So incomplete pass for the USA Revolution, and now we have a timeout on the field. We'll take a timeout as well. That is brought to you by Mountain America Credit Union. Show your school pride with a Snow College debit card from Mountain America Credit Union, available now at the Ephraim branch. Mountain America Credit Union, guiding you forward. Visit macu.com. We'll be right back here on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Let's recognize our last group of wonderful Snow College sponsors. The Malt Shop, KT Tape, Willow Creek, Security National Mortgage, and Excel Pest Control. Fans, we encourage you to support with your patronage those businesses. And when you do, tell them thank you for supporting Snow College Athletics.
We're back once again on Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10. Mike Trainer, Rhett Jackson, and Doug Johnson on stats. The Badgers lead with 6:59 left in the first quarter, 20-0. The USA Revolution took a timeout there. They have a 2nd and 10 at their own 23-yard line. They'll send out 2 wide receivers to the near side and 2 on the far side. Well, one's going off the field. There's still 2 on the left, so 4 wide receivers in all. Otteson at quarterback. Here on this play, along the far hash, hands it off to his running back. He is met in the backfield and stopped cold. It was Kahi Neves, the 6'4", 245-pound redshirt freshman from Orem, Utah, making the tackle. He played his prep ball at Timview High School.
Just a lot of penetration right there. The Snow blew that up in the backfield, so a loss of 1.
3rd down and 11. Shotgun again. Quick pass, Otteson. That ball is tipped and falls incomplete. And that'll be 4th down, and not happy about the pass and getting a little hot under the collar, taking his helmet off, throwing it down was the wide receiver on the play.
He's frustrated, but the ball was tipped as it was coming out, so it's really nobody's fault. It's just a great play by an alert defensive end, I think, by Malo Alu.
Justin Miller back to punt.
So back to punt, the USA Revolution.
Jackson Henderson back deep to receive the punt.
Looked like the man that was upset on that play was Chris Fitzburns. And now we have a dead ball foul. A lot of wind on that mic. Is it windy out there, Rhett? I don't see
a little bit of breeze coming out of the north.
The flag flying at half mast, and it's blowing pretty hard to the north. So now from his own, near his own end zone at the 3-yard line on the far hash.
If he gets us up in the wind, it could carry.
USA Revolution punter boots a nice high booming kick. It sails all the way back. Leon Morgan, who was back, fumbles it, picks it up, loses it, now picks it up at the 28-yard line, and he's between the numbers of the hash to the 40, 45, 50. He's to the 40-yard line of USA Revolution to the 30, cuts back to the inside, and between the numbers of the sideline gets tackled at the 22-yard line. What a return on the play by the Snow College Badgers.
Bobbled it a couple of times, but finally got it. The Revolution didn't stay in their punt team lanes, and great return, and right back almost to the red zone come the Badgers.
And Don Johnson.
And the Badgers now, first down and 10 at the 22-yard line. Badgers come out with Braxton Kerr. 2 wide receivers to the left, 1 on the right. On the return was Jackson Higginson, I believe. 6:14 left in the first quarter. Badgers looking to add to their 20-0 lead. From the 22, there's the snap. Hand off the running back up the middle, and he bowls forward. Jalen Warren gets across the 15 along the far hash marks and gets inside the 15 to about the 14-yard line, maybe 13 on the spot.
Brought down by number 10,
Alfonso Thompson with the tackle, but you know, if you're the Revolution or any other team for that matter, you don't want your defensive backs having to come up and make a ton of tackles.
There's the snap. Hand off again to the running back Warren. Dances his way through to the 10-yard line inside the 10 for another Badger first and goal. They mark him down at the 8-yard line. Another fantastic run there by Jalen Warren.
This offensive line just coming off on time, in tandem, doubling and chipping and just zone blocking very, very well, opening up nice lanes.
There's the snap by Kerr. Hands it off to Warren again. He's up the middle, squirts to the outside 5-yard line and bounces to the 1. Boy, one more step and he would have been able to get into the end zone, but it's going to be second and goal at about the 2.
Stopped by Alfonso Thompson.
It's a shoelace tackle.
Brings up second and goal.
Well, Alfonso Thompson's doing a fine job on the tackling, isn't he? There's the snap. Hand off to Warren again. Goes to the right side. Barrels his way in for the touchdown. Jalen Warren gets in for the score. 5:11 left in the first quarter, and the Badgers 26-0 over the USA Revolution. And now the Badgers will go for the extra point.
They figured after the fourth try, let's try another extra point here.
James Baird ready to go. Braxton Kerr, the holder, at the 10-yard line. There's the snap. The ball is down. Baird's going to boot it up and boots it through good.
Penalty flag.
And we'll see if the penalty flag is going to be assessed.
Looks like offsides on the Revolution. Snow will decline that.
So the Badgers lead is 27-0. 5:11 left in the first quarter. We'll be back after this on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
Latin America Credit Union is the proud sponsor of Snow College's Rally Crowd. Stop by their Ephraim branch to show your school spirit with a Snow College branded debit card.
We're back once again. Jalen Warren, another 1-yard touchdown run, adding to his 29-yard touchdown run. He's got 2 here today. Here's the kickoff. Badgers up 27-0. High end over end kick. Going to be fielded at the 21-yard line by the Revolution and quickly hit and stopped right there. Boy, the Revolution aren't able to get much out of that. I think making the tackle again on that Revolution return was Weston Barlow, the 5'8", 176-pound sophomore from Queen Creek, Arizona. Well, James is able to get that ball high in the air on the kick, so it gives his team a chance to go out for the coverage.
Get the coverage team get in their lanes and hustle down there. I think with this new rule change, I think you'll see that become a pretty staple strategy on kickoff from now on.
So first down and 10 for the Revolution. They haven't mustered much yardage in this game as of yet. No passing yards and 9 plays and 1 yard, I believe, total on their average per play. Here we go in the gun. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 on the far side. Back to pass. Addison steps up. He's going to run it easy to the 25 to the 30-yard line along the far sideline, and then forced out of bounds in front of the Revolution bench there on a tackle by the Badger defense.
Yeah, that time the quarterback just realized that he had a nice running lane and took off, didn't hesitate, dropped his shoulder and picked up another couple of yards before he went out of bounds.
Brought down by number 29, Alton Jones Jr. And 6 brings up second down.
So second down and 4 for the Revolution on the far hash, going from left to right on your TV screen and your radio dial.
Alton Jones Jr. made the tackle for the Badgers all the way from the state of New York.
In the gun again is Otteson. He is set to go. 2 wide receivers near, 2 on the far. There's a quick pass out to the far side, and going down on one knee to make the catch in a yard loss area is the wide receiver on that far side.
Made the right decision to Otteson because of the all-out blitz by the Badgers and trying to get it out of the box on just a quick hitch route, but kind of crocodile armed it and didn't get it out to his receiver, who had to drop to a knee to receive it.
So that'll be a yard loss for the Revolution. And I think one of the last semi-pro teams, either a year or two ago, had those numbers that had that diagonal slash in it. They were white and black, and I don't think we could even read those numbers. We've got the same thing this year for the Revolution. 3:52 left in the first quarter. 27-0 Badgers. A third down and 5 for the Revolution. In the gun, Otteson steps up through the pressure, gets to the outside, and nowhere to go. And he is going to get hammered by that Badger defense and taken down for a big loss. Boy, a couple of Badgers that were in there. Big number 42, Isaac Futo was in there. 42, excuse me. Also in there was Kahi Neves. Or Neves. And that'll bring a fourth down up for the Snow defense. They'll come off the field. The punt return team will come on, and the Revolution will punt it away on their fourth down there. Kahi Neves with a great play. Badgers will have a man back at the 30-yard line to return this kick. And that is going to be Leon Morgan, the 5'9", 150-pound sophomore speedster out of Mesa, Arizona. Boy, Leon had a great year last year returning kicks. There's the punt away. A high kick. Morgan comes up. He's going to field it at the 38-yard line with a fair catch signal. And the Badger offense will come out on the field.
Leon Morgan, the fair catch.
One of the few times the Badgers are going to have a substantial, field to work with. They've been almost in the red zone every time because of forcing turnovers or good punt returns. So 62 yards to go.
So the Badgers, actually, Doug Johnson just let us know, right? This is going to be the first snap on the Badger side of the 50-yard line.
So that just shows you how dominant the Badgers have been.
So 1st and 10, Snow College at their own 38-yard line. Pistol formation. And we're back to the left of Braxton Kerr. 2 wide receivers near side, 1 on the far side, going from right to left. There's the handoff to the back of the backfield. Britton gets to the 40-yard line between the numbers and the far hash, gets to the 41-yard line for a pickup of about 3 yards.
He went to just straight off tackle there with the fullback leading.
Weston Barlow,
mentioned a long 3, short 4.
James Littlejohn, the 3rd.
That was Weston Barlow, 24, instead of Isaac Britton, 26 in the backfield. They got that carry. 2nd down and 6 to go. There's a quick pass out of the near side of the field. Oh, should have been pick 6, but dropped. Not concentrating on the football was the defensive back. He should have had that. That was number 5, Mohammed Kennedy, out of Philadelphia, Pennsylvania, because that ball was thrown too high. He was right there, and you could have caught that right there.
I think so. I'd have pulled a hamstring trying to get to the end zone, but I think I could have caught that.
There's the snap back to Kerr. Kerr back to throw. Throws a deep pass down the near sideline. Intercepted this time on a much more fantastic pick. I guess they have to be hard in order to be able to catch that, but this is a different player, and that is number 11, Greg Tishner, the former Snow Badger.
Hey, it takes a Badger to pick a Badger, right? Good defense right up the seam. He was running with the wide receiver. Kerr let it, underthrew it just a little, pulled a string on it just a hair, and Tishner skied up and made a nice play.
First down and 10 for the Revolution. 27-0 they trail at 2:18. We're still in the first quarter of this football game. Badgers started off early and often with the scoring. They had a 29-yard touchdown run by Jalen Warren, a touchdown pass to Jalen Powell, and the Badgers special teams have given the Badgers excellent field position. A couple of turnovers on top of that, back to pass, in trouble, and sacked on the play is the quarterback, number 2, Daniel Otteson. Coming in was Matthew Gotel, I believe it was. Matthew with another big play in the backfield.
And just his defensive end, he just powered through that offensive lineman and gets a sack.
Well, Matthew now, he played defensive end last year. I think they moved him to nose at times now here too. He's playing all over that line. But Matthew's a load.
He is, and he should have played with nice leverage, just stayed underneath that block. And
they do have that end right now, though. You're right.
Got it done.
Gotel with a sack. It's an 8-yard loss. Second down and 18. Revolution at their own 23-yard line. There's a pass out. It's going to be almost picked off by the Badgers. As that pass went to the far side at the 20-yard line, and looking for the pick six was the Badger defensive back, and I believe out there was number 29 for Snow College, and that is Alton Jones Jr., the 6', 175-pound freshman from Spencerport, New York.
Is it New York or New York?
However you want to say that.
It's a long way away to come play some football, but he's been sharp. He's been out there playing that right corner position and doing it very well.
Snow College will have a bye week next week, and then back at home against ASA Miami, a team they went out and beat last year in Miami, Florida. Here's the snap. Back to Otteson, throws across the middle. Nice catch at the 25-yard line, well short of the first down. Only a couple yards on the pickup there after the quick tackle by the Snow defense.
Ottison's pass.
And now it's going to be a fourth down for the Revolution. Leon Morgan will come back out to return the kick. Snow 27. USA Revolution nothing. Under a minute left in the first quarter of play.
Jeremiah Yeremia was the tackler.
So the Revolution put their punter back to the 12-yard line. There's the snap. The boot is away and angled to the far sideline. They're going to be caught there at the 36-yard line and quickly tackled is Leon Morgan. Didn't call for the fair catch either.
Tell you what, punt returners have got to be a lot like fighter pilots. Big hearts, a lot of courage. And he took a shot.
Hit immediately by number 22.
Central Valley Medical Center scoreboard, Snow 27, USA Revolution nothing. For an appointment with pediatrician Gordon Duvall, call 623-3246. Well, coming up at halftime, we'll have stats with Doug Johnson. We'll also take a look at keys to the second half. We appreciate all of our sponsors: Zions Bank, Robinson Transport, Central Valley Medical Center, Centricom Channel 10, Cash Valley Bank, Stampede Steel, and more. There's the first down play for the Badgers. Hand off to the near side. The Revolution get in the backfield, and broken play as he tried to go back the other way, but the running back is tackled. That is Weston Barlow.
Just a good leverage there by the Revolution defense. Strung that outside zone out, and nowhere to go.
Second down and 12. Braxton Kerr in the gun, drops back to throw, fires one to the far side. It's going to be caught and dropped at the Badger 39-yard line.
Just an inside slant there.
First pass intended for number 86, James DeBow. Incomplete.
Intended for James DeBow, but Badgers will have to do it again here. Braxton Kerr in the gun, back to his left. He drops back to throw, steps up, has time, now rolls to his right, buys more time, throws downfield. It's going to be caught for a short gain of a couple yards, and that'll end the first quarter of play. Pass was complete on that far side to Derek Wright, but Derek didn't have a lot of room there. Well, the Revolution seem to be playing a little better in the secondary right now.
Yeah, they've firmed up their coverage a little bit, got a little bit more of a pass rush, and they force a 3 and out.
After one quarter of play at Snow 27, the USA Revolution nothing. We'll be back after this on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Miami will be in town to take on the Badgers. Game time is 7 p.m. Mark your calendars to be back on the 15th to help cheer the Badgers on to victory.
Welcome back once again here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10. The Snow Badgers lead this football game 27-0, and right now they'll bring in their punter, Jacob Johnston, the 6'2", 190-pound freshman from Draper, Utah. He'll have his first duties here of this football game as he's at the 21-yard line. Badgers have not punted yet in this game, and right now the Revolution send a player back to return. Number 27, Courtney Collins. There's the snap. Rugby style to the right side. The boot is away and off his foot horribly. That's going to sail out of bounds and going to be fielded about 10 yards out of bounds by one of the injured players, a redshirt freshman, and he gets a hand from the crowd. But, boy, that ball just went off his foot horribly to the right.
We'll see where they mark it. They're going to mark it. They're going to mark that ball in deep in Snow's territory. So that sailed way out of bounds. That's what they call a shank. Going to need a mulligan on that one. Looks like some of my drives over down to Palisade, Mike.
I would agree.
A shank.
Trevor Powell's the one that had the beautiful ones.
Yeah.
Principal at Gunnison High.
Number 29 is out for one play for an illegal towel.
And this year they're also cracking down on equipment violations. Jerseys, knee pads not covering the knees, or pads that aren't covered properly. They will send the players off for a play until they get it fixed. So the Revolution now have the ball at the Badger 42-yard line, best field position they've had here on the near hash, going from right to left on your TV screen, your radio dial. 4 wide receivers. And now in the shotgun, new quarterback for the Revolution. He drops back to pass. He's in trouble, scrambles to the far side, tries to get away, and he's going to get away, and he's going to fire one deep downfield down the sideline, throws it out of bounds, incomplete.
Did you see who that hurry was? 9.
He's being chased, running for his life because Kahe Navis chasing him.
Lieutenant for number 13.
And I believe the quarterback is going to be Adrian Pertile. Pertile at quarterback with that throw. He did a good job getting out of the pocket, keeping the play alive, but his pass went out of bounds. Here on the near hash of the Badger 42-yard line, Pertile is in the gun. 2 wide receivers to the right, 2 to the left. See if the change in quarterback can spark the Revolution offense here. Badger 4-man front. Here they come. There's the snap. Penetration, in trouble. Sacked on the play. Thrown down with a vengeance. The defensive lineman, Nevis again.
Oh, he's making a play for Steel Man of the game, isn't he?
Now the Revolution started off at the Badger 42. Now with that sack, they're back at their own 45-yard line with 14:20 left to play here in the second. Snow 27. And the USA Revolution nothing. That's a look at your Central Valley Medical Center scoreboard. Sam Pete Steel, one of the major steel fabricators in the Intermountain West. Sam Pete Steel, done right and on time. Thanks to Jeff Richards for sponsoring that Steel Man of the game, giving hoodies to the Badger players. There's the snap. Back to Pertile. He rolls to his right side, looking downfield. Lots of room to run. He's going to take it to the 45, throws it finally in and out of the hands and picked off by the Snow Badger defense. That ball popped up and then was picked on the play.
Pertile's very frustrated. He bought time, created space, and then hit the wide receiver right in the shoulder pad with the pass, and then it was intercepted. So
Ma'a Hall, the 5'9", 154-pound freshman, made this interception from Pukalani, Hawaii.
Ma'a Hall has made a couple of plays here in the first half.
And that interception gives the Badgers the ball at their own 40-yard line, 1st down and 10. There's the handoff. Braxton Kerr hands it off to his running back. He is met and stopped. Good defensive play there by the Revolution.
Is that number 1?
I think you're right, it is.
Bryce Lynch.
And out to number 41, Brandon Ellis.
Brandon Ellis on the carry for the Snow Badger offense.
Bryce Lynch.
Also out there at
No gain on the play, 2nd down.
tight end is Chase Hess, the 6'3", 230-pound sophomore from Taylorsville, Utah. There's the snap. Now up the middle and hit and stopped at about the 41-yard line is the quarterback.
That was a broken play. Kerr trying to hand that ball off, and he and Brandon Ellis just did not mesh, and so Kerr just trying to get what he could.
Making the tackle was James Littlejohn III out of Charlotte, North Carolina. So Snow College now faced with a 3rd down and 9, a bit stagnant on offense the last couple of series. 27-0 Badgers on top with 12:48 left in the second. Kerr back to throw, steps back, 5-step drop, rolls to his right side, flushed out of the pocket, throws across the middle. It's going to be incomplete. Just missed his back out of the backfield there. Ellis. Ellis was between the hash marks on the huge orange S on the field red, and that pass just, I believe, was a little behind him.
And there's a penalty flag down, and I think it's going to go on the Revolution.
And it will, and that will give the Badgers a first down.
Holding, defense, on an eligible receiver, number 17. That's a 10-yard penalty from the previous spot. Automatic first down.
So I think that was on number 17, the corner here, their left corner, Rich Garrett, and Midland, Texas product, and he was holding right.
Two wide receivers far side, one on the near side. There's the snap to Kerr, hand off the running back out of the backfield, and Ellis gets across the 50 to the 44. No, make it 45 of the USA Revolution.
Second down and 5.
So 5 yards to go for the first down into Revolution territory. Kerr in the pistol formation, 3 wide receivers, 2 left, 1 right. Hand off again to Ellis up the middle. Ellis gets his ankle held, gets to about the 40-yard line, very close to a Badger first down for a 3rd and short.
Ellis again with the carry.
Defense number 47 must sit out one play due to his helmet coming off.
Cortez Glenn, the ball carry, the tackler, brings up 3rd and 1.
Braxton Kerr in the gun, 3rd and short. There's the handoff, and tackled quickly in the backfield. Is that Little John again that got in there? No, this time it was big number 55 for the Revolution, and that is Alimia Vitali. He's the big Arena League football player from Samoa.
And he just blew that up from his defensive tackle. Got there right as the mesh happened, and tackle for a loss, so fourth and a long 4.
4th and 4 from the 44-yard line of the Revolution. Back to pass Kerr with a pump fake, rolls to his right, fires to the near sideline, going to be caught there. Down to the 30-yard line, a first down for Snow, and then some to the 20-yard line between the numbers and the near hash. And that is going to be a nice pass reception by the tight end, Chase Hess.
They just lost track of Hess along the sideline. Defensive backs just kind of bailed into a deep umbrella coverage, and Kerr just dumped it off and let Hess do the rest.
That's another Snow
So
College.
we have a Snow College timeout.
Timeout. Revolution.
Oh, the Revolution called the timeout with 11-12 left in the second. 27-0 Snow College leads. We'll be back after this. We're back at Badger Stadium, Stoddard Field, and he from Utah. The 4th-ranked Snow Badgers lead the USA Revolution 27-0. Badgers have the ball. There's the handoff to the 20-yard line to the 15 to the 10. Along the near sideline, breaking free, diving into the end zone, and a touchdown for Snow College.
Touchdown.
And Barlow gets in. Boy, Barlow really had a head of steam right there as he squirted to between the numbers of the hash and then towards the sideline and then burst upfield for the score.
As you mentioned, the term burst, he just found that extra gear to turn the corner and leap for the pylon.
33-0 Snow College with the lead. 11:03 left in the second. A 22-yard rushing touchdown for Barlow. So Barlow, 3 rushes for 23 yards and a score. Also, Jalen Warren, 9 rushes for 65 yards and 2 touchdowns. And Ellis, 9 rushes for 34 yards and a score. Here's Braxton Kerr for the hold. The ball's down, the kick is on the way, and the kick is through the uprights, good from James Baird. 34-0. Snow College leads the USA Revolution with 11:03 left here in the second quarter. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10. Welcome back once again on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10. Mike Trena, Red Jackson, Doug Johnson along with you as the Snow College Badgers lead the USA Revolution here in this football game. Score of 34-0 right now. And here we are for the kickoff. There it is, booted out. And it's going to be fielded back at the 5-yard line, being brought back. And now getting hit at the 15-yard line. Nothing doing there for the USA Revolution.
Yeah, you're just nothing that the Revolution does going wide is going to work. Snow College is too fast, so mistake there trying to beat the coverage to the hash and to the numbers. They're never going to win that foot race.
Revolution will have it first and 10.
So the Revolution will have it first down and 10 in their own territory at the 16-yard line. .56 left here in the second quarter. There's the snap. Pertile throws it out. It's going to be caught at the 10-yard line to the 15-yard line and to the 20. And this could be close to a first down for the Revolution. I believe they may be closer, if not getting it. Great job, I believe, on the catch that time was. I couldn't see. Again, those numbers are just killing us, Red.
Yeah, they're tough.
Brought down by number 47. Noah Purcell.
Second down and 1.
Ready to go. There's a long pass down the far side. That is going to be incomplete.
Incomplete. There's a third and short.
Matthew Gotel again from his defensive end position, putting a lot of pressure there on Pertile. Third down and 1. Makes you wonder, you know, here again against the Badgers, if they can get enough of a push just to come up the middle, something between the tackles to get a first down. We're about to find out. Third and a short one. But it is right up the middle. Well, the quarterback's going to pull it. Here comes Pertile on the edge. Can he turn the corner? He can, but he falls right at the stick. It's a heck of a tackle in the open field. I believe that was Hall that made the tackle, but Pertile falls forward, and lo and behold, the Revolution have a first down.
First down, Revolution.
On the zone read, Pertile pulled it and got the first down. As we tick under 10 minutes here in the first half. Revolution kind of taking their time. You can tell the wind's been taken out of their sails, a little heavy-footed coming out of their huddle. It's going to be a 3-by-1 set. Trips to the left for Pertile. One receiver to his right in the shotgun. Takes a snap. He's viewing. He's under pressure. He's going to try and press the pocket, get out, and he's going to be hit. Ball's loose. And it will be recovered by an offensive lineman for the Revolution. But tell you what, I believe it was number 20, came from his linebacker spot and then just peeled back and try to get the number there, but it was a vicious hit on Pertile and forced a fumble. I guess that's actually it was Kahi Nevis. Well, we've mentioned Kahi's name several times this first half, and he continues to destroy things. Time Kahi comes upon somebody with a white jersey, he says, "And you get a nuke." All right, 2nd down and 20. Pertile in shotgun, and we've got a delay of game. So it goes from bad to worse, Mike. A little salt in the wound, a delay of game, back him up. Now it's, I don't know, Doug, what would you use, 2nd and Sterling? It's a long ways. Revolution come out. Now it's shotgun for Pertile. It's a 2-by-2 formation, 4 wide receivers. Pertile barks, gets the snap, is looking. Going to flush the pocket and dump it. And then the wide receiver trying to create something. He's still on his feet, turns a little bit of the corner. Can he get by the defense? He can. Not a very good job at leveraging the football, but a nice finish on the tackle. And we have extracurricular activity with a flag. I believe they're going to call Snow for being a little bit too rambunctious on the tackle. As it is, there was a pickup of about 9. See what the call is here. The flag is sitting at the Revolution 19.
8:13 left. Let's see if we can catch what the official says.
15-yard penalty, automatic first down.
So it's unsportsmanlike conduct on Shama Luwani, freshman from Kimball, California.
All right, that's going to be a big penalty, and that's going to put the Revolution at the 36-yard line with 8:13 left here in the second quarter. 34-0 our score. Our Central Valley Medical Center scoreboard. Pertile at quarterback still.
Isn't that interesting, the strange twists of football? It's 2nd and 30, and then they get a first down.
Pertile in the gun, 2 wide receivers, make it 3 on the right, on the far side, 1 on the left. There's the handoff to the running back. A little bit of a hold to the right side to the 40-yard line. Gets to about the 42-yard line along the far numbers, and then tackled there.
See, that play, though, nice play by the Revolution, but that play was set up because Pertile on 3rd and 1 a couple of plays ago pulled the ball and was able to get a first down using his legs. So it forces the defensive end to play the quarterback more honest, and it forms a bubble that the running back can get up under, and that time picked up 5 yards on the inside zone. So the Pertile, you can tell, Mike, the offense is percolating a little better when Pertile's in.
Eric Williams on the tackle for the Snow Badgers. And now it's 2nd down and 5. Pertile in the gun, trips to the left side. Here on the near side, and then 1 on the far side. There's the snap, and rolling to his right. Pertile is going to take it under run. He has the first down. Gets to the sideline of the 50-yard line into Badger territory, and boy, Pertile has a few wheels.
Yeah, he's able to use his legs, and here again, the coach Samaniego that you talked to in the pregame, he just says one of the strengths of our team is that our men understand football. And Pertile saw that Snow was in a blitz right up the middle, so he I'm sure made up his mind that he was going to pull the ball on that inside zone, and so able to out leverage the Snow defense and pick up another nice gain in Revolution in Snow territory.
At the Badger 49-yard line, Pertile, a cleared out backfield. No, he's got a running back there, hands it off to him, and then a quick tackle up the middle. Not much there for the team. In fact, the defensive end making the tackle there for Snow College, Kahi Nevis again.
Well, I tell you what, he's had a whale of a first half, Mike.
That he has. Riley Smith was also helping out in that, I believe. So the Badger defense trying to get the ball back for the offense.
We're gonna hear Nevis's name a lot this season. 6'4", 245-pound redshirt freshman out of Timpview High School. Just a very athletic build.
2nd down and 9. Pertile back to throw. Here comes the rush. He pumps, rolls out to his right, now fires downfield. The receiver coming back, but not back quick enough as the ball takes a hop to him at the 45 of Snow College, incomplete. Right along the far sideline there.
Yeah, a lot of pressure that time as Snow brought one of the middle linebackers, so they brought 5 and flushed Pertile. You can tell Pertile not a real polished quarterback with his arms. He's more of an athletic with his legs. Timeout.
Timeout on the field. We'll take one as well. We'll be right back here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Central Ground Channel 10.
Fans, Mountain America is proud to support Snow College Athletics. Show your school spirit with a Snow College branded debit card from Mountain America. It's a quick and easy way to pay for everyday purchases. Stop by Mountain America's Ephraim branch and get your new custom card.
And we're back once again on Central Ground Channel 10, Local10.tv, the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, and MidUtahRadio.com as well, as we look at the huge S in the mountains on our TV stream here for Snow College. And the Badgers, of course, ranked 4th in the nation, handling the USA Revolution right now, Rhett, 34-0. And the stats all in the favor of Snow, although the last series, USA Revolution's been able to put together some positive yardage.
Yeah, Pirtle gives them a little bit more of a dynamic in the running game. He just adds one more threat that especially the defensive ends for Snow have to be aware of. And he's got this ball moved into Snow territory, but it is 3rd and 9.
3 wide receivers to the far side, 1 to the near side, going from right to left on your TV screen and your radio dial. 3rd and 9 at the Badger 48. Pertile takes the snap, flag on the play, pass is caught, but this one is probably coming back. That was a nice 9-yard pickup, though, between the numbers and the far hash.
I'm curious because usually if it's a false start on the offense, they blow it dead immediately. The fact that they let the play go tells me that it might be offsides on the defense, so we'll have to see. I won't be surprised either way, but I'm curious because they let the play go.
And we'll see what the white hat says.
Yeah. Number 46.
My intuition was right. The fact that they let the play go tells me that they caught the Badger defensive line in the neutral zone. You know, because normally if it's a false start, they blow the play dead immediately.
So the Badger 43-yard line, a pickup of about 6 on that play. 3rd down and a long 6, short 7.
Because they took the penalty, they'll take the 5 yards and get the down back because Snow was able to keep the ball from getting the first down. So they'll take the penalty and get the down back.
Gotcha. So 3rd down and 3, long 3, short 4 for the Revolution. 2 wide receivers, far side, 1 on the near side. Make it 3 on the far side. Pertile rolls to his far side. He gets hit, breaks the tackle in the backfield, now throws it to the near side. Going to be caught there, trying to make a move as the wide receiver, but he's hit and just leveled there. Great open field tackle by the Badgers. I believe that was Jalen Wynn, the 6', 193-pound sophomore from Hesperia, California.
So number 8, Jalen Wynn.
Pickup of about a yard.
4th and 4.
I mean, I think if you're the Revolution, you're down 34 points. There's no need to punt the ball here. You might as well go for it. You're in Snow College territory. The rare time that you've been able to get the ball there.
Pull out your favorite trick play and try to get something going here.
Yeah, and another hard count. Just check the discipline of the front 4 for the Badgers. Just see if they're a little amped up on 4th down and flinch and get into the neutral zone. So if you're Snow, you got to key the football. And I think Revolution took a timeout, but I don't think they've got one.
And it is delay of game.
Offense, number 3. 5-yard penalty. Remains 4th down.
And that goes from a 4th and 3 to a 4th and about 8 now. That's tough.
Yeah, so they used up all their timeouts already, and so we couldn't stop the play clock that time.
34-0. Snow leads in the second quarter with 4:22 left. Badgers started off high flying there, but then the USA Revolution have kind of forced them to punt once or twice in this game, and Badgers have kind of stalemated at 34-zip. The Revolution now 4th and 8. They will go for it at the Badger 47-yard line. Pertile is in the gun with a back to his left. 3 wide receivers on the far side, 1 on the near. Fakes the handoff. Now he's going to throw one up, airs one up, and throws it too long at the 15-yard line. It bounces between the hash marks. No one there.
Yeah, that was that was one of those where I am going to launch this baby before I get hit. And as you can tell, he's not a real polished passer, but he does give them another option in the running game. So that drive snuffed out. Good, solid defense by Snow. They gave up a couple of first downs, but snuffed it out when they needed to.
3 minutes, 56 seconds remaining here in the second. Let's take a look at a stat check.
Well, it's 11 first downs for Snow, 3 for the Revolution, -1 rushing yards on 15 attempts for the Revolution. Snow has 123 yards rushing on 22 attempts, and Snow leads in the turnover department. 2 turnovers for Revolution, 1 for Snow.
Mountain America Credit Union stat check. There's a quick pass out to the far sideline to the back out of the backfield. He is going to get a few yards down the sideline, about 6 on that play.
Complete.
And I believe it was Hess. No, Higginson came back to catch it, the wide receiver.
Kennedy Miller.
2 wide receivers far side, 2 on the near side. Badgers going from left to right on your TV screen, your radio dial with 340 left. Kerr is going to hand it off to his back. No, pulls it out and runs it up the middle. He's to the 40-yard line and gets the Badger first down as he's tackled at the 36-yard line. I haven't seen Braxton carry it except for that one time where he carried it for 1 yard. Did he fumble the ball is the question.
He did, but I think
The runner was down. The ball coming out.
runner was down by contact, so that's the first time we've seen Kerr pull the ball and actually show his legs.
Jalen Powell is sent off the field because his knee pads are not covering his knees.
Franklin Thompson was the tackler.
Now, wide receiver replaces him. 3 wide receivers near side, 1 on the far side. 1st and 10 Badgers at the 39 of the Revolution. There's a pass to the far sideline, caught there at the 27-yard line, and then quickly tackled is the wide receiver on that far side. But hanging on and making the catch was Kevin Wright.
Right to it. Braxton Kerr has a really strong arm. He's slinging the ball all over. These deep comeback routes just seem effortless for him.
Now it's going to be 1st and 10 Badgers. Handoff goes up the middle to the running back. Hess is going to bounce out. Ellis is going to bounce out a tackler. He gets met by another tackler and stopped. Brandon Ellis, 5'10", 175-pound freshman from Arlington, Texas.
I'm trying to get is that number 2?
Brandon Ellis, the ball carrier.
One of those gold numbers on the white jerseys are just difficult to spot. But his defensive tackle did his job.
2nd down and 8. 2 wide receivers far side, 1 on the near side, 2 on the near side, 1 goes in motion. Now reset of the positioning. 2 backs in the backfield in the offset I. In the middle of that I is the quarterback, Kerr, and there's one of the linemen gets pushed over by a defensive lineman of the Revolution, and I think the Revolution went through with that because they thought the offensive lineman moved, and to draw attention to that, you run into the offensive lineman and knock him down. We'll see what the call is here.
Going to go on
the White Hats. I guess he tried to sell it.
With contact, number 91 defense, 5-yard penalty, remains first down.
So with 2:40 left here in the second quarter, 34-0. The Badgers lead, 2nd down and 2 to go at the 18-yard line of the Revolution in the red zone yet again. There's the snap. Hand off to the running back out of the backfield. Leon Morgan tries to go to the far side, and he gets hit and stopped there. Yeah. I believe that was Morgan.
That play was leveraged very well. Corner just held
Barlow. Sorry.
Yeah, Barlow just had nowhere to go. The corner just kept his outside shoulder free. Linebackers ran inside out. They were able to stop that play. So 3rd and short for Snow.
3rd down and inches for the Badgers on the far hash at the 16-yard line. Kerr is going to hand it off. Goes to the outside. The running back breaks a tackle, gets the first down to the 10-yard line, maybe inside the 10. We'll see where they call that. Again, on the carry was Barlow.
Just inside the 10, so I think it'll be 1st and goal, Mike.
Barlow stays out there. Also coming in is Chase Hess, the tight end. Also in there is a fullback is Caden Larson, the 6'1", 232-pound redshirt freshman from Bountiful, Utah. Pistol formation. Handoff again. No, it's handoff. Goes to Barlow. Barlow gets inside the 5 along the far sideline, still on his feet, and gets close to the 2 before he's tackled.
Weston Barlow going to carry.
Preston Barlow getting a lot of work here on this series. I keep feeding him. I'd like to see Preston get into the end zone.
At the 4-yard line, Kerr is going to take the snap. He's going to play action. He's going to roll. He's going to throw it to the end zone. It's going to be caught and dropped at the 1-yard line. Should have been 6 right there. Thought about the end zone before securing it, and again, that was Number 34 for the Badgers, Caden Larson.
The side judge is signaling offsides on the Revolution, so that'll be half the distance. And so it'll be about should put the ball at about the 2.5. They'll get the down over.
Illegal substitution, defense, number 1.
So illegal substitution.
Inside of the ball prior to the snap. Half the distance to the goal. Replay second down.
So they will replay the second down, as Rhett mentioned. Badgers have Derek Wright out there at wide receiver.
Derek's been a little quiet. I'd like to see maybe a couple of targets to the old Manti Templar.
Xavier Kufor out there as well. There's the handoff up the middle. Met, stop, but turned around, and Barlow's going to head to the end zone. Can he get in? No, he's down to the 1 yard line. What an effort, though. He bounced like a pinball off a couple of tacklers. Thought he was going to be stopped for a loss, but still made something out of nothing.
Takes it down, first to the goal line. Third down.
That'll bring up a 3rd down and goal for Snow College. Kerr in the pistol, takes the snap, hands it off to his running back, and Barlow up the middle. In for the touchdown. Weston Barlow gets in. Well, the Badgers just keep pounding that running game right down the throat, and they do get it in every time.
Their offensive line's just been in sync. They've come off the ball. They're really good tandem blocks, double teams, and then they get up to the second level most of the time. And Snow's got a bunch of solid running backs that can rotate through with fresh legs.
46 seconds left here in the second quarter. 40-0, Snow College with the lead. Baird for the extra point try. There's the snap. The ball is down. The kick is on the way, and this one is up, and it is good. And the long snapper in this game has been Terrace Schramm from Payson, Utah, the freshman. He's done a fine job on his long snaps in this game, so we got to give credit to the long snapper.
Well, everybody takes those for granted until one's not accurate, and it takes a lot of practice and execution to put a field goal or an extra point together. They don't just happen by accident, and it does take a lot of practice. If the common football fan knew how much time special teams take in practice, I think they'd have a much more appreciative of all the execution and the nuances that go to get those points on the board.
41-0, Snow leads. We'll be back here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10. Once again, Mike Trainer, Rhett Jackson, Doug Johnson with you. The Badgers lead 41-0 over the USA Revolution. 41 points on the board here in the first half. Here is the kickoff for the Badgers. This is going to be a line drive squib kick. It's going to bounce and picked up at the 16-yard line, run to the far side, and then hit and stopped at about the 29-yard line is the return man. And I believe on the hit for the Snow Badgers was Christian Snowden, the 5'10", 175-pound redshirt freshman out of Cedar Hills, Utah.
1st and 10 Revolution.
Kevin Wright in there as well.
30-yard line.
So with 42 seconds left, the Revolution will have a few plays here, Rhett, to try to get on the board before the break.
Yeah, I think they'll air it out a couple of different times here, but I think Snow's just going to play their defense, get the umbrella going, keep everything in front of them.
Pertile in the gun. Has the running back out there, Darren Little. Now Little goes out as a wideout. 3 wideouts to the far side. Make it 4 and 1 to the near side. Pertile in the gun, a long count. Drops back to throw, rolls to his right, fires across the middle, sliding, and the ball falls incomplete at the 33-yard line on the far numbers. Not sure what happened there. Again, you said Pertile gives them the legs, the creativity in the backfield, but the accuracy on the passing arm isn't quite there.
Yeah, that was just an amphibian-like throw. I don't really know what else to say. It just short hopped it.
36.9 seconds remain here in this first half of play. We'll have our halftime show coming up with Doug Johnson on stats Second and 10 for the Revolution. Pertile drops back to throw. Here comes the blitz from the near side. He's in trouble. Actually, that's just the defensive end on a whale of a run there. Again, Nevis, but the throw is to the far side, and a catch for maybe 2 yards.
Pertile.
Ready to take off and run for a couple of yards.
I'm going to give him 4.
Number 39 must go out one play for uniform violation.
Uniform violation. So one of the Badgers has to come off for that.
Too much passion.
41-0. Badgers on top here in the second quarter. Third down and 6 to go for the Revolution. Pertile in the shotgun. 4 wide receivers on the near side, 1 on the far side. Going from right to left. Back to throw. Here comes the rush. He's in trouble. He just throws it away out of bounds. Incomplete. Should be a... I didn't see anyone in the vicinity. Should be a flag.
Yep, intentional grounding. That'll be loss of down. Bring up a 4th down.
He had no chance. I think that was 4 of the 6 guys on the line that came through.
Yeah, they defensive front had just blown that play up. Offensive line kind of opened up like Moses was commanding the Red Sea.
Stops the clock with 25 seconds left. Brings up a 3rd down and long. Oh, that might be loss of down too, so it'll be a punting situation. So the Badgers will get the ball back with another chance to score. And back to punt.
See what happens here with Leon Morgan deep.
Leon Morgan, lightning speed. Justin Lair from Abilene, Texas, is your punter. He holds the Texas high school record for longest field goal at 63 yards.
Holy smokes.
There's the snap. Boots it away, and that may have been partially blocked. It wobbles off his foot, bounces at the 40-yard line of the Revolution, then touched up there and down with 15 seconds remaining in the half. And the Badgers, we'll see what Paul Peterson decides to do here. Does he take a knee, or does he try to put some more points on the board?
I'd take a couple of shots. It's the first half. If it was late in the 3rd quarter, 4th quarter, maybe not. But hey, it's still the first half. I'd take a couple of shots.
14.4 seconds remain in the second quarter, coming up during halftime. We'll have a look at some scores around the nation in college football. Brett Jackson's got his notorious cell phone there, the smartphone that brings in all the scores, and he watches games while we watch games.
Notorious, huh?
There you go. Back to pass. Curry's going to throw across the middle, looking, and that's going to be intercepted. Threw that one up for grabs and picked off back at the 11-yard line, making a nice play and getting up and grabbing it.
That pass really, it just didn't have any purpose is the right word. It was just like he just kind of lobbed it up and thought, well, let's see what happens. But
well, it must be Tishner when he's on the field. He just attracts the interceptions because that's the second pick by a former Snow Badger. You know, last year the Wasatch Revolution had Sam Thomas, a former Snow Badger wide receiver, and he had a heck of a game here back in Ephraim. You know, when these former Badgers play on this field again, they start feeling those juices again.
Almost the exact same type of interception, exact same pass route, just up the seam, and he just played it well on kind of a soft throw.
Stops the clock with 7.4 seconds remaining in the half, and now there's the snap. Back to throw and airing it out across the middle deep, looking for someone. It's going to bounce incomplete along the near sideline at the Badger 41-yard line with 1.4 seconds left. That was intended for the wide receiver, Chris Fitzburns, and they elect to run the rest of the time off the clock to get to halftime, I believe. So 41-0, Snow leads over the USA Revolution here at halftime. We'll take a break for our halftime show on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Central Channel 10. Be back after this.
Worse than last night's game. At least Gunnis had some good plays here and there.
Oh,
and scored a couple of times.
I'm hoping they meet at halftime and do something. Yeah, or speed it up.
Yeah.
This isn't doing anybody any good.
No. I thought this team would be better than the Revolution last year, but they're not. Obviously not. Yeah, if you can grab us one. Watch out, Crookshank eats them all usually.
for halftime entertainment. Please welcome the Snow College field team, the Badgerettes, under the direction of Karen Johnson and Cece Matson.
See y'all next time. All right. I think I want to watch the rest of the game at home too.
And welcome back here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, centered down Channel 10. Mike Traynor, Jackson, and Doug Johnson with you. Snow College Badgers lead at halftime, 41-0. It's been all Snow College. The defense has throttled the Revolution offense, and the Badgers have scored often and early, but then had a stretch there where they did not score for a while, and then finished off with a touchdown run by Barlow to make it 41-0. We'll go through the scoring summary in a bit. Let's send it over to Doug Johnson, though, for our stats. Doug, how are things going over there on the stat combine?
It's a little bit tough. You and Red have talked several times about the numbers being hard to pick up. Well, they're hard for us to pick up also, and we've got to get numbers on the Revolution team on every play, and it is pretty tough to spot them. They're kind of a gold leaf number on the uniform, and so let's go through the stats real quick here at halftime. Snow has scored 27 points in the first quarter, 14 in the second. They lead 41-0. Revolution has picked up 3 first downs. They've carried the ball 16 times for -7 yards on the ground. They have thrown the ball for 24 yards on 6 of 17 passing. They have a total offense of 17 yards on 33 plays. For the Badgers, 14 first downs. They've picked up 151 yards on 29 rushing plays, 102 yards through the air on 9 of 15 passing. Snow College with 253 yards total offense on 44 offensive plays. The Revolution have punted the ball 5 times for an average of 38.2. Snow has punted only 1 time, and it only went for 5 yards as a rugby kick shanked out of bounds. The Revolution have fumbled the ball 3 times, lost it twice. Snow has fumbled the ball once and recovered it themselves. Revolution has been penalized for 41 yards. Snow 2 times for 10 yards. Time of possession 16:59 for Revolution and 13:01 for the Badgers. Revolution is 1 of 9 on 3rd down conversions. Snow 4 of 8 on 3rd down. Revolution is 0 for 1 on 4th down. The Badgers are 2 for 2 on 4th down. USA Revolution have not yet gotten into the red zone. The Badgers have been in the red zone 4 times and scored all 4 times. let's take a look at some individual statistics for USA Revolution. Zach Gertz has carried the ball 4 times for 17 yards, an average of 4.2 yards per carry. Adrian Pertile is 4 for 11 passing for 23 yards, 1 interception. He was sacked 3 times, including actually on that play right before halftime, Mike, when he had the intentional grounding. That actually goes down as a sack. Daniel Otteson was 2 for 6, passing for 1 yard. He was sacked twice. Receiving, Chris Fitzburns has 3 receptions to lead Revolution for 8 yards. Ontario Shaw, 1 reception for 9 yards. Cameron Carithus, 1 reception for 4. And Darren Little, 1 reception for 3 yards. For the Badgers offensively, Jalen Warren is the leading rusher in the ball game. He has 9 carries for 65 yards and 2 touchdowns, an average of 7.2 yards per carry for Jalen, who happens to lead the NJCAA after week 1 in rushing yards per game. Weston Barlow has 8 carries for 40 yards, and he also has 2 touchdowns, an average of 5 yards per carry for Weston Barlow. Brandon Ellis has carried the ball 10 times for 36 yards, and he has a touchdown. Braxton Kerr carried the ball 2 times for 10 yards. Kerr is 9 of 15 passing for 102 yards, 1 touchdown, and he incidentally comes into the game leading the nation in touchdown passes with his 6 from last week, only 1 so far in the first half tonight. He has been intercepted 2 times. As a VR, Kufor has 3 receptions to lead the Badgers for 40 yards. Derek Wright has 2 receptions for 17. Chase Hess, 1 reception for 22. Kevin Wright, 1 reception for 13 yards. The touchdown reception for the Badgers was a 4-yard pass to Eric Williams, his only reception of the game, but he had 1 reception for 4 yards in the first half, and that went for a touchdown. So that's a look at the stats, Mike. Pretty lopsided for the Badgers. They've been running in a lot of players. I think they've had a hard time getting consistency, but this is a good game for a lot of players to see playing time.
All right, coming up on our halftime show, we'll take a look at defensive stats, do a scoring summary when we come back. Also, we'll take a look at some scores from around the nation as well. We'll do that when we come back here on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
Much more exciting last week.
You got all the volleyball and soccer scores?
Jeff said he was going to send them to me, but I haven't seen anything come. So, is it on our website?
They beat Arizona, Eastern Arizona, and they lost to South Mountain tonight. They beat Yavapai, and then they lost to South Mountain.
Who's that? Volleyball?
That soccer beat Iowa Western yesterday, both men's and women's. And then today,
Hey Mike, you gonna do the scoring summary?
Yeah, I'll do it.
played Iowa Wake.
So I can say something.
The women killed them, and then the men won 2-1 on the last second goal with 2 seconds to go.
Oh.
Who's that?
They both won both.
Women always win.
They played South Mountain. They played Western.
And welcome back once again on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. Mike Trainer, Rhett Jackson, and Doug Johnson with you for our broadcast here from Badger Stadium and Robert Stoddard Field here in Ephraim, Utah, on the campus of Snow College. The Snow Badger football team ranked 4th in the nation, leading the USA Revolution 41-0 here at the halftime break. A special thanks to all of our sponsors: Zions Bank, Robinson Transport, Central Valley Medical Center, Centricom Channel 10, Cache Valley Bank, Sam Pete Steel, Snow College, Norbest LLC, Little Caesars, Mountain America Credit Union, Intermountain Sam Pete Hospital, Anti-Telephone, CO Building Systems, and Douglas Dentistry. Our stats with Doug Johnson have been brought to you by Mountain America Credit Union. Show your school pride with a Snow College debit card from Mountain America Credit Union. It's available now at the Ephraim branch. Mountain America Credit Union, guiding you forward. Visit macu.com. Let's take a look at our scoring summary, and of course that leads us to a 41-0 score. The Badgers struck first with 11:26 in the first quarter as Jalen Warren rushed 29 yards for the touchdown. The James Baird kick scored it to the right and missed. Badgers led 6-0. That was a 7-play, 71-yard drive that took a minute 49. The Badgers would score again with 10-12 left in the first quarter. Eric Williams, a 4-yard touchdown pass from Braxton Kerr. Jalen Warren rushed, failed, and then of course the Badgers led 12-0. That was a 5-play, 29-yard drive that took a minute 14 off the clock. Then the Badgers would score with 7:05 left in the first quarter. Brandon Ellis, a 1-yard touchdown run. And the Badgers got the Jackson Higginson pass from Kerr to convert. The 2-point conversion, it was 20-0. That was a 5-play, 29-yard drive that took a minute 35. Then with 5:11 left in the first, the Snow Badgers, Jalen Warren got his second rushing touchdown of the game, a 2-yard jaunt. James Baird kick was good, a 4-play, 22-yard drive that took a minute 3. The Badgers led 27-0. And then in the second quarter with 11:03 left, the Badgers, Weston Barlow had a 22-yard touchdown run. The Baird kick was good, a 7-play, 60-yard drive that took 2:42 off the clock, 34-zip Snow at that point. And then in the second half, our second quarter, it was with 47 seconds left. The Badgers, Weston Barlow got a 1-yard touchdown run. The James Baird kick was good, a 9-play, 53-yard drive that took 3:09. And that's where we stand at 41-0 in favor of the Snow Badgers. Here's Doug Johnson with some defensive stats. Well, let's get Doug up here. Go ahead, Doug.
Thanks, Mike. Let's take a look at the leading tacklers for USA Revolution first. Number 10, Alfonso Thompson, has been in on 6 tackles. And number 18, Cortez Bland, and 91, James Littlejohn, have both been in on 5 tackles. For the Badgers, they are led by Kahin Neves, who has 4 tackles. 3 of those are sacks that went for 29 yards, and he forced a fumble. Riley Smith has 3 tackles. He also has a sack that went for 6 yards. And Matt Gotel and Isaac Fotu shared the 5th sack for the Badgers. For the Revolution, Greg Titchener has 2 interceptions, and as Rhett described, he went up high to bring down both those and fell on his back on both of them, so he had no return on either one, but 2 interceptions for Greg Titchener. For the Badgers, Ma'a Hall intercepted a pass and returned it 4 yards. One interesting thing, the Badgers have 5 quarterback hurries already in the first half. Neves, Matt Gotel, Isaac Fotu each have 1, and TJ Kautai has 2 to bring the Badger total to 5 quarterback hurries.
Awesome. Thanks for the job on stats, Doug. Those stats brought to you by Mountain America Credit Union. Of course, they're guiding you forward with affordable financial services and expert advice. Details at macu.com. Badgers lead by a score of 41-0 here at halftime. We'll have some scores from around the league and also from around the nation coming up next with Rhett Jackson. Stay with us here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
Hey, Doug. Okay, you ready for the scoreboard, baby? Red Jackson scoreboard.
Got the infamous scoreboard.
Infamous. Notorious.
Notorious, sorry, yeah.
We're back once again on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network, Centricom Channel 10. The Badgers lead here in Ephraim at Badger Stadium, Robert Stoddard Field, 41-0 here on the campus of Snow College over the USA Revolution. Right now, let's look at the NCAA, see what college football, which is in full swing, of course, tonight. BYU Cougars are going to be in action as well. Let's take a look at the scores with Rhett Jackson. Rhett?
Well, let's start off here. Number 1 ranked Alabama still playing in the third quarter. They lead the Louisville Cardinals 34-0. In other top 20 action, number 14 Michigan at number 12 Notre Dame. Right now it's the Fighting Irish up 2 touchdowns, 24-10 with 7 minutes remaining in the game. Looking at Ohio State, ranked number 5th, demolished Pac-12's Oregon State 77-31. Texas, ranked number 23, went to Washington, D.C. and upset on the road by Maryland. So Maryland takes Texas 2 years in a row, Mike. 34-29 for the Terrapins. Number 7, Oklahoma, destroyed Florida Atlantic 63-14. Number 16, TCU, destroying Southern University 55-7. Number 2 ranked Clemson over Furman 48-7. In probably the most hyped matchup of the opening week, 2 top 10 teams squared off in Atlanta, Georgia this afternoon, and it was the SEC's Auburn Tigers coming away with a hard-fought victory over the Pac-12's Washington Huskies. Auburn won 21-16. Number 3, Georgia pasted Austin Peay 45-0. Number 15, USC held off a game UNLV Rebel team, USC 43, Vegas 21. In a very impressive game, the 17th ranked West Virginia played Tennessee on a neutral field, I believe in Jacksonville, Florida, and took care of the Volunteers 40-14. Boise State, ranked number 22nd, pasted Troy 56-20. A couple of other big games coming up. Two top-ranked teams, number 8 Miami and the 25th ranked LSU Tigers. They play tomorrow night, actually at 5:30 p.m. Tomorrow night, so that'll be an interesting matchup. And on Labor Day, 2 top 20 ranked teams, ACC foes. I mean, they talk about picking a tough game right out of the chute. 2 top ranked teams from the Atlantic Coast Conference, Virginia Tech and Florida State, 6 o'clock evening tip-off there on ESPN on Labor Day. So you already mentioned BYU and the University of Arizona will be kicking off shortly. I believe the kickoff time was going to be right around 8:45 down in Tucson. So BYU Cougar fans getting excited for that.
All right, some scores from around the nation in the junior college ranks. Arizona Western beat Georgia Military today, 10-7 in Milledgeville, Georgia.
Wow.
And Trinity Valley, the team the Badgers beat last week, ranked 7th in the nation, beat New Mexico Military today, 39-7. Dodge City, Kansas over Garden City, Kansas. Actually, vice versa. Garden City beats Dodge City 52-24. Independence losing to Hutchinson, Kansas, 37-20. So there's a couple of scores for you from around the nation, but a big win for Arizona Western on the road.
Yeah, you just have to conclude, that it's going to be Snow College and Arizona Western for a winner-take-all conference game down in Yuma later in the season.
Snow College Badgers will receive to start off this second half. as the Revolution will kick it away. They have 2 men back to receive. Derek Wright is back there, and then deep is Leon Morgan. Here we go with the kickoff for the Revolution. Justin Lair with the big leg. Boots it away. High end over end kick, going to be fielded back by Leon Morgan to the 5-yard line, to the 10, to the 15, to the 20, in between the hash marks, makes a move, goes to the far hash marks, flag on the play, he's to the 30-yard line, back to the 35, to the 40, comes back to the near side of the field, between the numbers and the near hash. Stutter steps to the 40, to the 30, down the sideline to the 20. He could go all the way to the house. Touchdown, Leon Morgan, but a flag back at the 17-yard line may bring this one back.
I think it was just theatrics. I think the Revolution recognized it, so there was some half-hearted attempts to get Leon down on the ground, but it is a block in the back. So it was fun, but it's all for naught.
What a run by Leon Morgan.
Yeah, he was really showing off his athleticism there.
Well, he ran from the 5, so that's 95 yards vertical, but horizontal, he went about 40 yards that way, 40 yards this way, another 40 yards the other way, and then came back. So, I mean, probably another 100 yards at least back and forth.
And he just coasted on in about the last 15 yards, but an early block in the back.
Now, is that the play where you, as the man who returned it for a touchdown, goes to the player who blocked in the back and says, thanks, man. Thanks a lot?
Probably not.
No. Not a team player like Leon Morgan,
but you know what? That block in the back might have kept him from taking a shot, too, so you never know. Tell you, quarterbacks, they'd rather you hold than them get sacked, so.
Badgers, there's the snap, hand off to the running back out of the back. Trouble in the backfield, cuts back against the grain. Gets tackled for a short gain. Maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. Isaac Brinton, the running back on the play. Braxton Kerr still in there at quarterback with the Badgers leading 41-0 here in the third quarter.
I think you'll see Snow really try to establish the run as much as they can.
2nd and 9.
Brinton to the left of Braxton Kerr. Kerr's going to hand it off to Brinton. Brinton trying to look for a hole and gets through, and then gets tackled on the play by the Revolution. Job by Brinton, gets up to about the 16-yard line, very close to a Badger first down. They're going to mark him at the 17, right?
Hit the crease with a full head of steam, but it was a nice blocking job there by the offensive line.
There's the snap. Hand off again, goes to the running back up the middle. Brinton powers his way forward across the 20 for a Badger first down, right along the near hash mark.
Now they just ran about 3 inside zones right in a row.
So right along the near hash mark, the Badgers going from right to left on your radio dial and your TV screen.
We give Britton a break and bring in Brandon Ellis. Fresh legs.
Fullback moves to the right side. Britton trying to direct traffic here and get the right setup. Now he goes to the running back to his right in the shotgun. Takes the snap, hands it off to Ellis. Ellis comes to the near side, gets knocked to the outside of the 25-yard line, and then gets down the sideline to about the 30 before he's put out of bounds.
Another solid 5-yard gain on first.
So Ellis wearing number 41. Of course, Brandon is a 5'10", 175-pound freshman from Arlington, Texas. Went to Arlington Bowie High School. I wonder if he's a Texas Ranger fan.
Yeah, that's where the Rangers play. Their home field in Arlington. Also home to Six Flags, the original Six Flags.
There's the handoff right up the middle, and then Ellis has a hole to the 40, 45, 50, down the near sideline, to the 40-yard line, turns on the Jets. He's to the 20, 10, touchdown, Ellis.
He gone.
Ellis, touchdown.
A fantastic touchdown run by Brandon Ellis, and boy, once he got free, he picked up the speed. You saw his Arlington legs moving quickly for a 71-yard touchdown run.
James Baird on to attempt the point after.
And the Badgers go up 47-0.
I can just see this is a potent offense. They can just rely on that offensive line and use that stable of strong running backs that they have. Keep fresh legs in there. So, you know, they pop a long one.
Terry Schramm with the snap. The hold by the quarterback Kerr, and the kick by the kicker is up and good and put through the uprights. A great job that time by the kicker, James Baird. 48-0. 12:51 left here in the third quarter of play. The Badgers on top. We'll be back right after this as they break into the Mountain America Credit Union end zone one more time. To nothing your score here at Badger Stadium, Robert Stoddard Field on the campus of Stowe College in Ephraim, Utah, under the lights here in Ephraim. Something we haven't been able to say previous to last year for at least all the years I've been the Badger sports announcer. And it sure is nice to have these lights. And you see the crowds that come out. They're a lot larger.
Absolutely. I was going to say that investment is going to pay for itself in just a couple of short seasons because of the amount of fans that can make the drive from Utah County, Salt Lake, even Davis County, and come down and enjoy a cool evening and watch the game. Whereas if it was in the middle of the day, a lot of them just couldn't make it. So yeah, just the crowd size and the ticket sales, they'll pay for these lights soon.
There's the squib kick, going to be picked up at the 10-yard line after a couple of bobbles, goes to the far sideline. Along the numbers, gets plastered on the play by the Badger kickoff team. Great job that time.
Well, there again, he made the mistake of, when he bobbled it and then trying to turn the corner. He's not outrunning the Badger defense.
Colby Collins at the return.
Collins is the one who finally picked it up, and looked like Barlow's the one who made the tackle. Our running back with 2 touchdowns already in this game.
Yeah, and he just turned it into a foot race, and he's going to win that foot race all the time.
So it'll be a first down and 10 for the USA Revolution. Haven't been able to muster much offense in this game at all. 33 plays for 17 yards, averaging a half yard per play. No points on the board. And the passing has been very anemic.
Yeah, and they using Pertile now as a quarterback, trying to use his athleticism. He doesn't bring a lot to the passing game, but he is an extra weapon in the running game.
And off goes to the left side, and the tackle made after maybe a half-yard gain. Right back to the line of scrimmage. Tackle made by Kennedy Mala'ulu, 6'3", 245-pound freshman from Oceanside, California. Badgers up 48-0 with 12:14 left in this football game. Well, actually in the third quarter of this football game. Ready to go is Pertile in the gun with a back on either side. Takes the snap, hands it off to his first back, then pulls it out and runs to the far side. Now runs the option and pitches it out and tackled at about the 26-yard line is the running back. So that one picked up some positive yards, but not enough. And boy, Pertile just makes this team so one-dimensional with the run. The Badgers concentrate on the run, but they bring back Addison, the quarterback, and it's almost one-dimensional to the pass because he can't move.
There you go. So pick your poison. And I think they've decided they're gonna go with Pertile. And I was kind of waiting for him to break out the option, and it looked like Pertile ran that a little bit and made an accurate pitch and broke contain for one of the few times.
Picks up 5 yards, brings up a 3rd down and 5 at their own 16-yard line. Pertile in the shotgun again with a back on either side. 2 wide receivers near side, going left to right on your radio dial and your TV screen from his own 16-yard line. 3rd and 5, back to pass, rolls now to the far side, throws deep downfield, looking for a receiver. It's going to be, is it picked off? Knocked down, incomplete. Great job there. That may have been Leon Morgan. No, that actually was number 32 for the Badgers. Ma'ahal. Boy, we called his name quite a few times.
Yeah, he and Nevis have really been prominent throughout this game on the defensive side of the ball.
48-0 our score. 11:03 left in the third quarter of play. High school second half, we'd have a running clock, but this is college football. You play them all. Unless you come to an agreement like the Wasatch Revolution last year and we shorten the quarters and running clock.
Well, I think it probably not a bad idea to have that conversation. Maybe they'll play another full quarter and then we'll see in the fourth. But one thing about it, you don't want to see anybody get hurt.
Lair is back at his 2-yard line to punt this one away for the USA Revolution. Takes a low snap, boots it away with the leg. It's going to be a bit of a short kick. And not being able to turn. Oh, picking it up on the hop is going to be Leon Morgan. He takes off. He's to the 30, 25, comes to the near sideline and wrapped up and thrown down at the 19-yard line. Great defensive play there to stop a touchdown because, boy, Leon had his wheels again, and making the tackle was Daniel Otteson, I believe, who is the quarterback.
He just took that right off the hop with a full head of steam and took Pertile getting him down to the ground.
Rhett watching the BYU Cougar game with Arizona with their ugly uniforms with blue numbers. I looked at that and says, is that a high school team from somewhere in Pixeyville? But that's Arizona.
We'll bring you live updates. For those of you who are sticking with us, we'll bring you live updates how that game's playing out. I'm sure there's plenty of Cougar fans listening.
At the 20-yard line, 2 wide receivers to each side. Badgers going from right to left. 20 yards to the end zone. Braxton Kerr back to pass. Maybe a new quarterback in the game. He runs it to the right side and gets tackled there. Maybe a yard pickup on the play is all, and it is a new quarterback in the game for the Badgers. It's going to be Jason Money from Spanish Fork, Utah. Played for the Dons there, the 6'2", 190-pound freshman. Backup quarterback on the depth chart is listed as Tanner Clayton, but they've got Money in there. Money's going to hand it off, coming to the near side, 15-yard line, and then wrestled down by the steer horns is going to be the running back on the play. I think it was Isaac Britton.
On the sweep.
It was Britton on the sweep.
Again, Greg Tishner's name is mentioned as he makes the tackle. Tishner, a couple of picks, and then, of course, his tackle there.
3rd and long 2 here for the Badgers.
3rd and 2 for Snow College. Back to Money, and whistles blow. This one's going to be blown dead with the Badgers leading 48-0 with 10:07 left in the 3rd. And a timeout called by the USA Revolution. We'll take another timeout as well here on Centricom Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. And we're back once again here at Badger Stadium. The Snow Badgers, ranked 4th in the nation, throttling the USA Revolution 48-0. Badgers have scored 48 points, and we still have 10:07 left in the 3rd and the entire 4th quarter to play, so they may continue their realm of 50-point scoring here in the first 3 games of the season, or at least the first 2 games of the season. Excuse me.
They've got a great opportunity right here with a 3rd and 2 deep in Revolutionary territory.
Badgers are on a 6-game winning streak dating back to last season. There's the snap, back to Money. Money throws to the left side. It's going to be caught at the 6-yard line. Flag thrown on the play, and then diving forward to get maybe to the 4-yard line is the wide receiver on the play.
What number caught it?
And I believe
26.
that's going to be Britton on the catch again, the running back.
And just a little swing pass out to Isaac Britton.
Tracked down by number 48, Titus Florence.
See what the penalty flag is
Penalty
here.
flag on the
Florence on the tackle, and
Ineligible receiver downfield. Offense.
so the Badgers get the ineligible receiver downfield penalty.
Remains 3rd down.
We apologize for our technical difficulties coming with the mic of our referee. So one of the Badger linemen must have gotten downfield. 9:55 and ticking. We must have a running clock now.
Yeah, the lineman can't release on a pass play until the ball is caught. But with all of the RPOs and the new style of offense, they're constantly pressing that rule.
At the 18-yard line, 3rd down and 8. Money's going to throw to the near side. High pass caught at the 5-yard line, down to the 4-yard line. Fantastic catch, going vertical to make that catch was the Badgers' number 88, and that was a fantastic catch by Xavier Kufor.
You know, we've called his name a couple of times in the first half with some really nice catches. He went up in traffic and just scaled the ladder to come down with that pass.
Kufor is a 6', 203-pound freshman from Atlanta, Georgia.
That play's blown dead, and I believe it's some sort of a bad substitution. Probably going to be on the defense.
Badgers with their no-huddle offense tried to run a play, but they're first and goal at the 5-yard line, looking to add to that 48-0 lead.
Substitution. Defense.
And an illegal substitution penalty on the defense. And with a no-huddle offense, it's very hard to get defensive players on the field in time. Money in the gun.
I was going to say, as long as Snow doesn't huddle, it's real hard to sub.
Trips to the right, and now Money's going to hand it off, and it's going to go up the middle to the 3-yard line. Boy, the Revolution, when they focus on the run up the middle, they really have a good defense.
I'm trying to think of that. Was it number 52 there that made that play, or 55? Those numbers are so hard to locate, but
Alamia Vitali from Samoa, the Arena Football League player. Now Money in the gun with the back to his right. Takes the snap, hands off to that back again, going to the near side, looking to the end zone, ducks his head, barrels through, reaches across the goal line, breaks the plane. Touchdown, Snow College.
Well, there's your 50-point mark.
Great job by Britton. Britton does it again, gets the touchdown. Isaac Britton, of course, is from, well, let's see, from Salt Lake City, Utah, played at Skyline High.
Skyline Eagles.
Skyline Eagles beat Juan Diego this past week. I think it was like 26-7 or something. Here's the James Baird extra point try. Snap is good. The ball is down. The ball is kicked through the uprights. Good by James Baird. 55-0. Snow College Badgers throttling the USA Revolution with 8:59 left in the third quarter. We'll be back after this on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10. Welcome back once again. Mike Trainer, Rhett Jackson. Here's the kickoff by James Baird. It's going to be a short squib kick. Going to be picked up at the 29-yard line, brought back up the middle by the USC Revolution. They're going to be stopped at about the 34-yard line is all, Rhett.
Somebody lost a helmet, too. I think it was on the Revolution. That shows you there's still some sticking going on. Plenty of pads popping.
A lot of players sitting out of play here for this rule of equipment now.
Number 13, Michael Abbott.
They're going to crack down on that in the junior college ranks at least. You would assume they do that for the NCAA as well. I guess they're doing a lot of that for safety and things of that nature. Ready to go, the USA Revolution. And now we have a whistle and a stop in the play, another timeout.
Revolution.
It's going to be the Revolution. We'll take another break here on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
Fans around America is proud to support Snow College athletics. Show your school spirit with the Snow College branded credit card from Mountain America. It's a quick and easy way to pay for everyday purchases. Stop by Mountain America's Ephraim branch and get your new custom card.
He told me 13. Yeah. Oh, I didn't have a clue. I can't see the numbers.
What are we going to do about tonight? Arizona and BYU.
Not right there.
the play, first down and 10 for the USA Revolution. I formation under center this time. New formation. There's the pitch back to the running back. He's to the 35-yard line and then hit at the 36 and taken down. Badgers give up about 3 yards on that play. Coming up for the hit for the Snow Badgers was Riley Smith, a 6'2", 222-pound sophomore. Highland, Utah product. Smith, I think, was he listed as a running back last year, Brett?
You know what? I can't really remember where Riley played, but it very well could have been, because then they're using his speed on the defensive side, and he just was running that sweep down for very little gain. So 2nd and 7.
2nd down and 7 for the Revolution. Under center again, I formation behind the quarterback, Pertile. Pertile in trouble. He scrambles out of a sack and now throws one downfield. It's going to be incomplete at the 50-yard line. Flag on the play, a late hit out of bounds.
So just Nevis has had such a great game, but he just too rambunctious along the sideline. So that'll be an automatic first down for the Revolution.
Penalty flag on the play.
Well, coming up, Brett and I will have to put our heads together for the Little Caesars player of the game. For fresh pizza fast, from classic hot and ready to deep dish early Hawaiian, make a pit stop to Little Caesars. They give a $5 large pepperoni or cheese pizza. The Badger player of the game. 55-0 our score. 7:57 left here in the 3rd quarter of play. We've got a long way to go in this one if they continue playing the way they're playing.
First one is a live ball, personal foul.
2 fouls on the play, Rhett.
Number 9, that's a 15-yard penalty. After the play, unsportsmanlike conduct. Number 8, that's a 15-yard penalty. We'll move the ball 30 yards at first down.
Wow, nothing like giving them 30 yards of penalties.
Brings them to the 33-yard line of Snow College with 7:57 remaining in the 3rd. Well, we appreciate our spotters in this game. Lynn Cook's here doing a great job, as he always does every year. And Jeff Erickson, the assistant principal or vice principal for North Sanpete High School, is here. My former cohort in the broadcast booth that Rhett Jackson replaced when he went on to his glory days in the North Sanpete School District.
Known as the enforcer.
There's the handoff going to the far side of the 30-yard line, and then out of bounds at the 26-yard line. Nice run there for the Revolution on first down.
That's one of the very few times throughout the game tonight that the Revolution have been able to get wide against this fast Snow College defense.
Well, usually once the color guys go from this broadcast booth, they go to bigger things, and Jeff Erickson has become one of the premier basketball officials in the state of Utah. He's been reffing some of the state championship games and some state games at the state basketball tournaments too. So we send him off. So next, Rhett, you're going probably to ESPN.
Well, yeah. Oh, okay. I was going to say I like Jeff better when he's not wearing black and white.
You see him down there at Denison High School, don't you? Well, there's the handoff going to the far side, and then the Badgers defense gets in there to make a fantastic play. What a job on that far side by the, I think it was the linebacker. No, getting over there was the big lineman there. It was Lieutenant Valatea who got over there for that tackle.
And that just shows you the top to bottom speed of this Snow College defense. And they just really pursue.
So 6:52 and ticking here. The Revolution now a 3rd down and 6 from the Badger 29-yard line. This may be as close to the end zone as the Revolution have seen.
Yeah, this is 4-down territory, Mike. I wouldn't be surprised if you don't see some more option.
Pertile in the gun. 2 backs, 1 on either side, drops back to throw. He scrambles to the near side, now stops, looking, trying to buy time. Now fires it downfield, has a receiver caught at the 21-yard line. Close to a first down. If he's in bounds, it is a catch and a 1st and 10.
That number 19, Cameron Carethos. And he just kind of planted himself right there at the 19, kept his feet in bounds, and waited for Pertile to hit him with the pass.
You got a BYU update yet, Rhett?
It's a 0-0. The Cougars held on downs, and so their offense takes over.
And starting quarterback, who do they decide?
Mangum, the senior starting.
So the Badgers now have given up a first down deep in their territory. The 22-yard line on the near hash going left to right. The USA Revolution trying to get on the board here with 5:53 left in the 3rd quarter. Two wide receivers make it 3 on the right, and now we have another timeout. And this one's going to be a delay of game, actually.
Quite sure. Just a miscommunication there. The quarterback wanted the ball snap, but it just didn't happen.
Sam Pete Steele, man of the game, is what we'll choose coming up. That's given to a player who makes a tough, gritty play that changes the momentum of the game. Sam Pete Steele supporting Snow College's tradition of excellence. Pertile back to throw, throws a slant pattern. It's going to be broken up. Great defensive play there by the defensive back of Snow College.
Pertile's pass intended for
Again, Pertile, you know, he's not real adept at putting the ball in tight windows.
Gives up 2nd down.
Pass was broken up on the play by Christian Snowden. And now a 2nd down and about 14 to go for the Revolution. 2nd and 15 to be exact. After that 5-yard penalty. Pertile. 2 wide receivers to each side. Takes the snap. Steps up through the pressure. Now fires to the near sideline. Caught there at the 19-yard line and then forced out of bounds.
Just almost the exact same route that they were able to get the first down to begin with. Pertile just kind of pressed the pocket and showed like he might run. And Carathas just kind of ran a little hitch route and then just hung out on the sideline waiting for the ball to come. So it's 3rd and a long 5.
Ball placed at the Badger 18-yard line. 5:04 left in the 3rd quarter. 55-0 our score in favor of Snow College. Ranked 4th in the nation. They'll have a bye week next week and play ASA Miami in 2 weeks from tonight. There's the snap. Back to throw. Quick screen pass to the near side of the 20-yard line. Dance sidestep by the receiver and picks up maybe another yard, but it's going to be short of the first down. 4th down.
And if I remember correctly, Mike, it seemed like the game with Miami last year, ASA Miami was a fairly close game, competitive game, so they'll need the bye week to get ready for that.
Fourth down, and the USA Revolution will go for it here. The closest they've gotten to the Badger end zone.
So 4th and a long 4.
Couple of big defensive linemen there. Sione Asi is in there for Snow, as well as Tavita Taulangi. Back to pass. Throwing down to deep to the end zone on the far side. Has a receiver. It's going to be broken up and tipped. Great job by the Badger defense to break that one up. That could have been 6, and breaking it up again was number 22 for the Badgers, Christian Snowden, the 5'10", 175-pound defensive back from Cedar Hills.
Yeah, it looked like the Revolution receiver had a step and a half on the defensive back, Mr. Snowden, but good closing speed and got that ball knocked free. So Snow College take over on downs here. Now if they score again, a chance to crack the 60-point mark.
They had 56 points last week against Trinity Valley, Texas, which is more impressive than the 55 they've scored here. They scored that on the road in Texas against the 7th-ranked team in the nation from that Southwest Texas Junior College League. That's very, very tough. They beat Blinn, Texas in the bowl game last year at the El Toro Bowl, another one of those Texas schools from that same league. So in the last 8-month span, the Badgers have won 2 games over 2 big Texas programs.
Yeah, you know, Blinn Junior College became famous. They actually won a national championship with none other than Cam Newton.
The Blinn Buccaneers. First down and 15 for Snow after the penalty. Money, the quarterback, is going to run it up the middle. He gets across the 15 between the hash marks and about to the 17-yard line.
Just a quarterback draw all the way.
Jason Money played at Spanish Fork High School for 3 or 4 years as a starter. Now here at Snow College. He's in the gun with 2 backs in the backfield with him. Now he comes up the line, looks like an audible chosen. Badgers got the big orange S on their helmets like the Syracuse team. Now he takes the ball out, gets hit. He's going to get sacked on the play as he tried to run it. Money is.
Yeah, he misread that play. Should have given it on the inside zone, but just misread it and pulled it when he got hit immediately.
Bryce Lynch, the Las Vegas Nevadan, made the tackle. Now, Bryce just got off a tour of duty in Cuba with the U.S. Army Reserves. Now back to pass is Money. Money's going to throw over the middle deep. Has a receiver on the run. It's going to be incomplete. Almost had it. Had a couple steps behind the coverage as well. And that pass is incomplete. It was intended for Jackson Higginson.
Number 80, Jackson Higginson.
Just, what, an inch or two, maybe a foot for being 6?
Oh, that would have been pretty, too.
It's a 4th down.
So a 4th down for Snow, and punting from the G of Badgers in the end zone will be the Badger punter. And that'll be Jacob Johnston, the 6'2", 190-pounder out of Draper, Utah. The freshman will punt it away from his own end zone. 3 personal protectors ahead of him. He is ready, gets the snap, runs the rugby punt to the right side, and boots it away. And short. It's going to bounce about the 45. It's picked up at the 50 and going to be run back. 40, 30, 20, and stepping out of bounds. Oh, what a tough play right there, but that was a gutsy call.
Late hit, too. So, Revolution going to have great field position when all of this extracurricular gets taken care of. What was it? Looked like he stepped out of bounds at about the 16 or 17.
That was a nice run back, I believe, by Chris Fitzburns, the Charlotte, North Carolinian.
He just could realize that the Snow coverage team had kind of relaxed.
After the play, personal foul, kicking team number 59, unsportsmanlike conduct, receiving team number 15. Those fouls will cancel. That's number 15's first unsportsmanlike of the game. First down, Revolution.
So 1st and 10 for the USA Revolution after a gutsy pickup by Fitzburns as he picks it up as it was rolling at the 50-yard line. Looked like it was going to be down by one of the Badgers, but he picks it up and then runs with it, and with his speed got away and runs it down the sideline. Just barely stepped out of bounds at the 28-yard line. Had he not, he could have been inside the 10, right?
Yeah. And of course we're boxed out by all the teammates along the sideline, but good return.
2:22 left in the third, 55-0 Snow. There's the handoff, dancing to the outside of the 30-yard line between the numbers and the near sideline. Gets to about the 21-yard line before being forced out of bounds. Looks like another run there by Ontario Shaw out of Wichita Falls, Texas.
Ontario Shaw, the ball carrier.
Wichita Falls, right on the Red River.
That's on number 32,
border of Texas and Oklahoma.
2nd down and 5.
So with 2:07 left in the third quarter, 55-0 Snow leads. The Revolution have a 2nd down and 4 to go. I think it's Otteson back at quarterback for the Revolution. Split backs on either side. Now there's a pass to the far side. It's going to be caught at the 25-yard line, trying to get to the outside, and 3 Badgers orange jerseys come up and crush the return, the receiver.
And just there again, the team speed for this Badger defense is amazing. They rally to the football and just a
Snow Lady Badger volleyball team ranked 13th in the nation. Went 3-1 at the Dalton Overstreet Invitational in Prescott, Arizona. The Badgers defeated North Lake, Texas 3-0, and Eastern Arizona 3-1 on Friday. Then Yavapai College 3-0 this morning, and extended their win streak to 8-0 with that win. Great job by the Lady Badgers. The win streak marked the most consecutive victories to start a season in school history. Now there's a snap back to Otteson, throws a screen pass out to the near side, caught at the 25-yard line to the 20. Now between the numbers and the near sideline to the 15-yard line, and a first down for the Revolution on a 3rd down and long.
Nice, just kind of a swing pass, and I think there's just a blown coverage there. One of the linebackers didn't get out on the flat.
Zach Ertz made the catch from Salt Lake City, Utah, played at Murray High School. Former Badger, I think, too.
that quarterback, Chris Ivy, out of, I believe that's number 12. Chris Ivy out of DeSoto, Texas. Suburbs of southern Dallas. DeSoto Eagles.
30 seconds left in the third, 55-0 Snow. There's the snap, first down and 10, throw out, and incomplete. May have been a little early hit there by the defensive back of Snow, but no flag on the play.
I guess he timed it, huh?
He did.
Is that number 6, Tyler Hill?
Tyler Hill with a fine play. Lady Badgers did lose tonight, though, 3-1 to South Volleyball, bringing that streak to an end. The Badgers will regroup and prepare for a Labor Day matchup against Phoenix College. Match time is set for 11 a.m. on Monday in Phoenix. So congratulations to Jeff Reynolds and, of course, the Lady Badger volleyball team.
Jeff's done a great job since he came here to Snow College and has really got that volleyball program firing on all cylinders.
So the Revolution now, second down and 10 at the Badger 14-yard line. This is the closest they've been, folks, to scoring. Odison, pump fake, now throws down to the deep far corner of the end zone. It's going to be intercepted by the Badgers in the end zone. This one could be returned down the sideline for a score if he can get past the two men that are trying to cut him off. He gets a nice block. Off to the races, down the sideline. One man to beat, and that man gets him. Gets him at the 20-yard line, tackle to the 15. Making the interception in the end zone and returning it was Alton Jones Jr., the 6-foot, 170-pound freshman from Spencerport, New York.
He's in a New York state of mind.
And he's wishing he had just a little bit more speed, just a little bit more to make it to the house.
First and 10, the Revolution 12.
They're going to make it at the 17-yard line, not the 15 is where he's out. So the Badger offense will come out on the field with 4.6 seconds left in the third quarter. Jason Money has been the quarterback here in this third quarter for the Badgers for the most part. They started off with Braxton Kerr, but Jason's in there. Money in the pistol formation, takes the snap, hands it off, going up the middle, breaking a tackle, gets close to the 10-yard line, is the running back, and that is going to be a new running back in the game. Number 43 for the Badgers, Alec Drake, the 6'1", 230-pound freshman from Aurora, Colorado. That'll end the third quarter of play with the Badgers threatening and leading 55-0 over the USA Revolution. We'll be back on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.
I can't read the numbers at all because I'm not using the computer. So I can't tell at all. You have to have them all the time where you can't tell. Yeah, usually I pick up an offensive player. That's the way you do it. Well, I'm glad that I'm not cranking your stuff. Oh, wait, not at all. Thank you.
Welcome back once again. Mike Trainer, Rhett Jackson with you. The Badgers lead 55-0, start of the fourth quarter. And now the Badgers will have it second down, and 4.
The referees have cut 3 minutes off, so it's a 12-minute quarter.
There's the handoff of the middle and met and stopped there. Great play that time by the defensive back or the linebacker that came up.
40, I think.
18 is what his number is.
18, wow. And it just shows you how hard those numbers are.
Cortez Glenn, the linebacker from Noonan, Georgia. There's a snap back to Money. Money steps up. He's going to throw one to the end zone to the far back corner. It's going to be a touchdown.
Is that Derek?
Number 13 for the Badgers making the catch. Jaden Cutler, the 190-pound redshirt freshman from Harriman, Utah.
Good job, Jaden.
Got up there and got that ball. Nice throw by Jason Money.
Yeah, right on the money.
So the Badgers go up 61-0.
Thank you. I was waiting for a little love there, Mike. I thought that was kind of funny.
That was good. That was good. Got to get you on stand-up. 61-0. James Barrett in there for the extra point out of the hold of the starting quarterback, Kerr, and that one's going to be booted through. No, it's no good. Oh. So 61-0 with 11:28 left in the fourth quarter. We'll be back after this on Central Dome Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network. The Snow Badgers lead 61-0 over the USA Revolution. Badgers well on their way to going 2-0 on the season. Again, Georgia Military lost to Arizona Western on the road 10-7 in Milledgeville, Georgia. There's the kickoff, going to bounce at the 6-yard line. Going to be picked up there by the return man, and he's going to try to make something happen, and he's going to get hit. He's going to get taken down at about the 3-yard line. Wow, he didn't make anything happen, unfortunately. But yeah, when you're down 61-0, you want to make something happen. He's just trying to dance and get something done. Can't blame him for that.
No, not at all.
Snow College just too much in this game for the USA Revolution.
Kevin Wright and Riley Smith on the tackle at the 40-yard line where the Revolution will take over. 1st and 10.
Well, the Revolution, of course, they'll have their 7-game win streak snapped here. They came into this game 7-0, dating back to last fall. This will be the first loss in that 7-game stretch.
Yeah. A voice in the background, a wise voice asks, who have they been playing, Mike?
New quarterback in the game, and he throws the pitch. And not much there. Chris Ivey out of DeSoto, Texas, played at Texas A&M University. He is in there now. And that's going to be a short gain of maybe a yard or two. 11 minutes left in this football game. Snow up 61-0. Well, the USA Revolution are an interesting program. They're out there for good. I talked to their vice president who actually plays on the team. It's Bryce Lynch's brother, D. Lynch. And D's been a linebacker out of New Orleans, Louisiana. He is out there. We'll talk more about that after this play. As in the shotgun is the young man from DeSoto, Texas. Takes the snap, hands it off, and it's going to be up the middle to the 10-yard line. On the carry was number 21, and that was Zach Gertz from Salt Lake City, Utah. And, of course, the quarterback is Chris Ivey. But talking to D. Lynch about this team, they get kids right out of high school, and they're mixed in with some of the guys like him who are in their late 20s, early 30s, trying to mold these kids, trying to get them back on track to get back in school, get on a team, maybe play some college ball at a JC or Division II, and they're trying to really take these kids under their wing and get them back into playing college football. And they go and play teams in Costa Rica, they play teams in Panama City, they play a team University of Mexico, and they also play some JCs around the country as well, whoever will take them, and some even some Division III schools they take on as well. There's the handoff going to the far side, and
I think he got the first down.
He does get the first down on that far sideline with 9:37 left in the game. But they take these kids and they actually do background checks on the kids. They, as we talked to the head coach in the pregame show, these players are required to do some community service in their communities to show what type of person they are. So they don't just get on the team and pay their money and play. This is really quality guys trying to get together. A lot of them are from Texas, and then they get sprinklings in from all over the country. So USA Revolution doing a lot of good things, and guys still playing the game. And we haven't seen the tail off. These guys are in pretty decent shape.
They are. They're better than last year. I mean, even though it's they're up against a buzzsaw and snow, but they're in much better condition than the team last year.
Now back to throw, in trouble, and there's a pass out to the far side. Caught in the last second to the 15-yard line, up to the 20-yard line. Boy, I tell you, that Ivy took a shot, but he stayed in the pocket and threw that ball.
Yeah, and they have not taken the pedal or the foot off their pedal of energy. They're playing hard.
Well, I think Snow has a better team than they had last year.
I think you're right. It's been very impressive, and they were great last year.
Last year's team playing this Revolution team, maybe the Revolution, this is the USA Revolution. It was the Wasatch Revolution out of Utah that was last year's totally different team. This team may have given that team last year of Snow a little more of a problem. Not that last year's team gave them a problem, but they may have been able to put the ball in the end zone maybe once or twice. But this team this year for Snow College, they look pretty solid. They're really deserving a number 4 ranking in the nation right now. Little timeout on the field, of course, and we appreciate all of our sponsors for this broadcast, including Mountain America Credit Union. Show your school pride with a Snow College debit card from Mountain America Credit Union, available now at the Ephraim branch. Mountain America Credit Union, guiding you forward. Visit macu.com. BYU Cougar update.
Still 0-0 as we're winding down the first quarter. Both teams moved the ball at times, but no scores yet.
Snow College leading the USA Revolution 61-0 here in Ephraim, Utah. Kind of a nice night for college football, but it has died down to nothing now. Chris Ivy and the shotgun, back on either side, 3 wide receivers, 2 to the near side, 1 on the far side, going right to left. Takes the snap, quick pass out to the near side, has a receiver caught and dropped at the 32-yard line. That was a first down pass. Boy, Ivy put a nice ball in the air right there.
That was, I gave Braxton Kerr a lot of props when he threw a couple of deep comebacks from clear across the field from the hash out to the far numbers. And that time, the Revolution quarterback did the same thing, not with quite as much zip, but it definitely should have been caught.
So that'll bring up a 3rd down and 4 to go for the Revolution. So Ivy is in the gun again with a back on either side.
See if you're one of these backs coming out of the backfield.
Takes the snap, hands it off up the middle, and a few yards, getting close to the first down near the 25-yard line, but I believe he's just shy.
4 down territory. You got nothing to lose.
Shaw was the ball carrier there. Ivy's ready to go in the gun with a back on either side. Takes the snap, hands it off again. That one goes up the middle, and I believe it's going to be stopped short on a 4th down and a turnover on
They
down.
knocked it. They just got too much penetration and blew that play up, Mike. So kudos to the defensive front of the Badgers, and so they're going to have great field position.
61-0 with 8:14 left in the 4th quarter. Badgers get the ball on the turnover on downs. Coming up our post-game show, we'll have stats for you with Doug Johnson. Also, the Badgers will play next against ASA Miami on Saturday, the 15th of September, so they have a bye week next week. And then they'll be at Scottsdale on the 22nd of September as they have a road game at 8 p.m. And then we'll be back at home again for 2 games on the 29th of September, Phoenix at Snow. And there's a flag on the play here. And then in the 6th of October, Mesa at Snow College.
I think it's going to be an encroachment on the Revolution.
Badgers have it 1st and 10 at the 23-yard line of the USA Revolution.
Now it's 1st and 5. The overzealousness.
Jason Money still in at quarterback for Snow College. Threw a nice touchdown pass. in the game earlier to Jaden Cutler. There's the handoff going to the right side, breaking through to the 10-yard line. Nice run that time.
Is that Weston Barlow?
Not sure who they have in there right now. That was a fine run. It looks like it is Barlow. You're right.
He hit
24.
Hit that hole quick. Quick feet. Quick feet.
Brought down by Seth Bridges.
So ready to go. First and goal for the Badgers. Snap over the head of Money, but he catches it. Money runs to the left side. He's going to tuck it under. He's going to make it over to the 5-yard line. Money down to the goal line. Stretches out. Does he get in? No, he's down to the 1-yard line. Oh boy, Jason Money made something out of absolutely nothing there.
You see that happen sometimes where a snap goes over the quarterback's head and the defense thinks, oh wow, fumble, let me go get the ball, and they lose their contain.
So second and goal at the 1-yard line. Money's going to take the snap. He's going to roll to his right, looking to the end zone, firing in the end zone. It's going to be knocked down, caught, touchdown. The defensive back went for the tip, and the interception couldn't get to it, and the catch was made for the touchdown. Braden Holker, our basketball player. We saw him play some good basketball, remember?
Yeah, nice to see him. He kind of had a bad shoulder. He wasn't able to finish season. It's great to see him out there having some success.
He came here at Snow to play football, and Rob Nielsen grabbed him because he played basketball at SUU and wanted to come back to Snow to play football instead.
And he could post a man up.
From Westlake, Utah, there's the snap, and the kick's on the way.
Got to be related to Dallin Holker, who was a key cog in Lehigh State Championship last year, and then I think he's at BYU this year.
Well, Holker was down at SUU playing basketball and then decided, you know what, I like football better. Let's see if I can go play football. And he came to Snow College. Paul Peterson found him, brought him here. And then when he got here, Rob Nielsen says, oh, you play basketball, you're 6'7", you're a big guy. Hey, you want to play for us for a while? And he did, and then he got hurt, and then had the surgery, and then got ready for spring ball, or actually play in the fall here. So 67-0. The penalty brings him back to the 15-yard line for the extra point try. There's the snap. Ball's down. The kick is on the way, and it is up, and it is good. Good. James Baird boots it through, and Snow College leads 68-0 over the USA Revolution. We'll be back after this on Central Time Channel 10 and the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network.
These games are a labor of love.
I know.
It's like coaching any football.
Sorry, Lynn. And welcome back again. Mike Trainer, Red Jackson, Doug Johnson with you. Badgers up 68-0 with 7:19 left here at Robert Sounder Field at Badger Stadium on the campus of Snow College in Ephraim, Utah. Here's the James Baird kickoff. End over end kick high, going to be fielded back of the 7-yard line, being brought back between the numbers in the near hash to the 20-yard line. Now along the numbers to the 25, and tackled there is the return man for the USA Revolution.
At 49? 53 with the tackle.
Return man was Bryce Lynch from Las Vegas, Nevada, just off a tour in Cuba.
Tara Schramm with the tackle for the Badgers.
A long snapper for Snow College. So Terrace gets his picture on the big screen out there for his tackle. So the USA Revolution with the ball at their own 26-yard line for a 1st and 10, 7:13 remaining in the football game. Snow will improve to 2-0 and at least hold par. They haven't put out a ranking since the preseason. Snow is ranked 4th in the preseason, and the Badgers beat 7th-ranked Trinity Valley, Texas on the road last week, and at home hold par with a 68-0 current score over the USA Revolution. And there's a tackle made at the 30-yard line as the run went to the left side. And a nice play that time by the Badgers, Ty Palmer, 5'11", 210-pound freshman from Perry, Utah.
Pickup of about 3.
Box Elder High School product.
The Box Elder Bees.
Second down and 7 to go for the USA Revolution with 6:40 left. So the quarterback is Chris Ivy. Ivy with 2 backs in the backfield. He's in between both of them. There's the snap, handoff goes. No, he keeps it. Now he's going to throw it out deep, and it's going to be intercepted, almost picked off, and almost caught. It goes incomplete along the far sideline, though.
Chris Ivy's pass broken up
by Alton Jones Jr. We mentioned Alton's name quite a
Great
bit.
job tonight, yeah.
3rd down.
Alton Jones Jr. made several plays in this football game for the Snow Badgers. So the Revolution will bring out a wide receiver to the near side, joined by another. Daniel Otteson out there too, I believe. Starting quarterback, now playing wide receiver. Wide receiver to the right side, on the far side too. There's the handoff up the middle, dancing his way forward and getting hit by the linebackers as the running back at the 32-yard line. A pickup of a couple on the play brings up another 4th down. And we'll see if the Revolution elect to punt here. Tackle made by, well, we don't have a number for that player. 4th down for the Revolution. 5:48 left in the game.
I think they'll go for it again. No sense to punt.
Looks like they got a big guy in the backfield. Looks like the refrigerator's back there. There's the snap, back to throw. Throwing across the middle is going to be caught here on the near sideline, actually. Along the numbers, the pass is a reception. Did he get the first down?
I think he did. I think he caught it right at the stick. So
Ivy's pass complete to number 15.
you're pleased that he was smart enough. He didn't run his route short. Made sure he ran the
1st down, Revolution.
required yardage.
5:14 left in the 4th quarter. Revolution a 1st and 10 at their own 37-yard line. 2 wide receivers to the far side, going from right to left on your radio dial and your TV screen. In the gun is Chris Ivy. Ivy's going to hand it off to his running back. Tries to go up the middle. He is just smashed by that defense.
Who's that? 96.
Looked like he came over the ball, but I believe he was down.
Lieutenant Falatea
Lieutenant Falatea, the tackler,
from
2nd down.
Kahuku High School.
Got to the 38-yard line, a pickup of 1 on the play.
Well, the bad news is not much of a gain. The good news is the clock continues to run.
Now on the big screen out there, the video board says make some noise, but I think the Badger fans are just wanting to go home too. 68-0, the game's about over, 4:14 left. So now Chris Ivy takes the snap, play action, going to throw one deep over the right side, has a receiver. Oh, what an interception! Wow. Diving up and making the catch and falling down. What a fantastic play on that far side and making the play again. Alton Jones Jr., holy cow.
Man, I tell you what, it was Nevis in the first half, Alton Jones Jr. this half. Sam Pete's steal of the game is going to be tough. Someone's getting a hoodie.
Someone is. Maybe you deserve it for that money comment.
Maybe I do. I know there was a couple of times last year where you know sometimes it's kind of tough to come up with see so many people making plays, but
well,
pretty impressive.
2 years ago, it was hard to find somebody. There's the pistol formation. Money hands it off. Oh, running back. There's a huge over the 40-yard line, making a move, getting to about the 50-yard line along the far sideline. Flag on the play at the 48. but a nice run on that far side. Boy, you can't really stop if you're running the ball from churning up yards and making plays, but you know, you're just trying to run the clock out. Alec Drake, 6'1", 230 freshman out of Aurora, Colorado, will get a lot of yards there, but then it's going to come back a little bit after the penalty. Assuming it's on the Badgers.
Well, no. You know it's bad when they break off a 30-yarder on a 12-man defensive lineup.
That's another Snow College.
Wind the clock.
3:48 left. They're stopping the clock until they reset the chains, but I don't see the point.
There we go.
4 wide receivers. Money. Back to pass. It's going to throw it out to the near side. It's going to be caught there, and then to the 32-yard line between the numbers and the near hash is the receiver on the play, and that is, again, the young man who caught the touchdown pass, Jaden Cutler.
Money's pass complete to number 13, Jaden Cutler.
It's a little hitch route.
Brought down by Alfonso.
Pickup of about 9.
So 2nd down and 1 to go. At the 31-yard line of the Revolution. 3:19 left in the game. Pistol formation for Jason Money out of Spanish Fork, Utah. Here on the near hash. Now he sets up and then looks to the sideline. Looking to Andrew Mitchell, the offensive coordinator, for the call. Now crouches down in the pistol. Runs it, hands it off. And gets to the 30-yard line. It's 25-20. Darting to the inside and getting tripped over the 10-yard line again. Another fine run for the Badger running back. And again, making that run was Alec Drake.
Jordan DeFellis. Again with the ball line. Brought down by number 11, Craig Kitchener. That's another Snow College.
Badgers waiting for the call from the sideline. 2:42 left in the football game. We'll make it a quick post-game show, bringing Doug Johnson on for stats. We may forego the scoring summary since there's 68 points on the board.
It's soon to be 70-something.
Jason Money in the pistol. Hands it off again. And then running the ball, dancing, dodging a tackler to the 5-yard line to the 1-yard line. And that's going to be a 2nd and goal at the 1-yard line. Drake with another fine run. Alec Drake.
Brought down by number 48.
When you go this deep into your team and they're still putting out some quality plays.
Yeah, and you know what, as a coaching staff, this might be, you know, one of the rare opportunities these guys get to play, so you can't really tell them not to score.
1:49 left in the 4th quarter. Jason Money in the pistol formation with Drake behind him as the running back. Takes the snap, hands it off to Drake. He goes up the middle and gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Most of that drive was on the ground there, Rev, with the exception of that pass. Little hitch route you mentioned to Jaden Cutler, but the Badgers get into the end zone, make it 74-0. And I guess it's not Drake that's running the ball. It's been a number change.
Oh, it was in the 40s.
No, it's Drake.
Is it Drake?
It is Alec
They
Drake.
got the wrong one on the board up there, I guess.
Yeah, they just added him to the roster this week.
All right, I thought I got the latest from Paul Peterson. So it is Drake. Alec Drake gets the touchdown. And there's the kick for the extra point. Flags all over the place on that one. Somebody's offsides. And the Badgers lead 74-0. Will it be 75 is the question after the penalty. Still waiting for the white hat and his call here.
Offside. Number 48.
It's on the defense.
Penalty declined.
And the extra point's good. 75-0. Badgers lead with 1:36 left. We'll be back after this.
Declined by rule.
Hey, BYU scored.
BYU did, yep. Put a nice drive together. Converted a third and 11.
Is it 0-0 still? BYU.
6-0. BYU. They just scored just now. Come on, man. Stay with it. Just kidding. We're back again here at Stoddard Field, Badger Stadium, Ephraim, Utah, on a beautiful evening here. As we approach that 10 o'clock hour, it's 9:45 here in Ephraim, Utah. The Badgers lead 75-0 after the Drake touchdown run, but Let's go to BYU here for an update with Rhett Jackson.
Yeah, BYU put together a really nice drive, converted a 3rd and 11 midway through that drive, and then Squally Canada finished the drive off with a touchdown extra point just inside the second quarter. BYU 7, Arizona 0.
Here it's 75-0, and here's the kickoff. We're going to be fielded on the bounce at the 30-yard line near the new numbers here, and then to the sideline and then forced out of bounds. And flags come on the field. I guess playing after the whistle. It wasn't really vicious, but the play just continued to carry out of bounds when he picked him up and tried to tackle him, and they called the flags. It didn't look like the players were chippy on it. Rhett Jackson making a grimacing face.
Yeah, I've seen a lot worse not called, you know.
Number 37, kicking team, 15 yards from the end of the run.
So that penalty is going to be charged to the Badgers, Stephen Wright.
Stephen out of Las Vegas. So that'll move the ball up to about midfield, up to the 49-yard line. See if the Revolution got one last gasp in them.
They have 1:31 to prevent the goose egg on the board as they're trailing 75-0.
Some Badger fan got bored and then went and messed with a skunk, I'm afraid, Mike.
Yeah, it's quite ripe up here in the broadcast booth. Your eyes watering. Yeah, there's the quarterback Chris Ivey in the gun. Slot right, wide receiver left. This one's blown dead. Delay of game.
Oh, gee.
Delay of game.
Well, it hasn't been one quarterback that's been guilty of that. It's been a plethora of quarterbacks for the Revolution that have gotten called for the delay of game. I think Odison got called for one, a couple on Pertile, and then now another one on Chris Ivey, the 3rd quarterback of the game for the Revolution. There's the snap. Little play action thrown out here to the near side, the 45-yard line, caught along the near numbers, and then running it out of bounds across the 45 of Snow is the man who caught the ball. And I believe that's 13, Travis Anderson from Salt Lake City, Utah. Clock ticking down to 1:24 left. That clock is stopped, though, as he ran out of bounds. Well, we appreciate you joining us for the first home game broadcast of the season. Badgers only had like 3 home games last year. They have 5 this year. So they really evened out their schedule. 5 home, 5 away.
You know, they did questioning about some of the community colleges down in the Phoenix Valley. Are they still in the league, or is it they were thinking about dropping football down there?
There's the snap. We'll answer that in a second here. There's a pass off the knee pad at the 42-yard line of Snow between the numbers in the near hash, and now the player who didn't catch that ball is doing his push-ups.
There you go.
For not catching that ball. That was kind of cool, huh? Well, the colleges in Phoenix, the school board had voted and approved canceling football at the schools after this season. They did that 2 years ago, and it's still in the process. There's been a huge effort to overturn that. There's been some lawsuits filed as well with the NAACP, and even the ACLU may be getting involved, taking away opportunities for minority athletes in the area. And right now they have 2 school board positions up for grabs this year, voting, and they may replace those by the voters. And there's a quick pass out on the near side. Then it's caught at the 49-yard line of Snow, making a move and getting hit, breaking a tackle, first down between the numbers and the near sideline. After the catch to the Badger 39-yard line.
Darren Little from Chicago, Illinois.
Moves the sticks with 1:10 left in the game. So after the election of these 2 new school board members, they may re-vote and cancel that and save football in Maricopa County.
Yeah,
still a lot to do to change things up, but it's killing a tradition. That would put Snow in a very precarious situation.
Yeah.
Who would they play, and how would they keep football alive here at Snow College? Because Pima Community College has voted to end their program as well.
Oh, they have. Oh, wow.
Back to pass. At least that was the word. There's a pass out, and it's going to be tipped and almost caught between the numbers and the near side, or the far sideline, but incomplete.
Pima's down near Tucson, correct?
And maybe that was contingent upon what the Maricopa County schools do. I'm not sure, but That was the word. So the Badgers will be down to very minimal teams in the WSFL, and very tough to work a schedule with that.
That would be a shame. You hope that these access to these athletics stay in place for student athletes. It sure makes the college experience more vibrant and builds a culture around your schools.
39 seconds left in the game. Badgers 75, USA Revolution nothing. Chris Ivey of the Revolution in Badger territory throws the pass to the near side. Right along the numbers, caught at the 30-yard line, close to another Revolution first down. The tackle made by the Badgers, Jalen Wynn.
Just inside the stick, so it's not quite a first down. Clock running at 25 seconds. Third and a long one.
3rd and 1, Chris Ivey in the gun. 16 seconds left, needs to get to the end zone to break the goose egg. Takes the snap. Ivey back to pass. He's going to throw one across the middle, hits a player and bounces in the air, then falls incomplete with 6.5 seconds left. One last play for the Revolution. What do they have in their bag of tricks?
Well, whatever it is, it needs to go into the end zone.
Or some type of hook and ladder type of
Maybe.
play.
I think if you're Snow College, just get lots of depth, get your DBs back and your linebackers back.
Viliami Finau with that pass break up there. And the Badger 30-yard line, 6.5 seconds left for the Revolution, trailing 75-0. Oh, it would make more sense for the Maricopa County schools, at least for sports reasons, would be to cancel it at just a few schools and keep it alive at a couple of those schools down there. They've got 4 schools with football. There's the last play of the game. Back to pass. Ivey throwing to the end zone near sideline. That's going to be incomplete. And that'll be the ball game, folks. 75-0. The Snow College Badgers defeat the USA Revolution. Final words, Rhett?
Oh, this is going to be a great year. Snow College is, they have reloaded. And sometimes you think after a great year you might have to rebuild. No, Snow College is reloaded, and time will tell. But right now they look every bit as good as last year, and if not a little better. I'm very impressed, and Coach Peterson's got it rolling here at Snow College.
All right, we'll take a break. Back with a post-game show after this on the Mid-Utah Radio Sports Network and Centricom Channel 10.